Well, baseball fans, it has been a while, and I absolutely love Action PC Baseball 2023, but I also love Out of the Park 2020 or 23. And it's been a while, and it's time to revisit this great baseball game, which, in my humble opinion, I think if you were going to buy just two digital baseball games, it should be Action PC 2023 and Out of the Park 23. Both great games. Much to be said about each one. We're doing a lot with Action PC Baseball. But a couple big things going for this one. For one price, you get virtually the entirety of professional baseball, major leagues, minor leagues, Negro leagues. Um, you get international leagues. You can create, you can replay any World Series, put any two teams against any two teams for a number of series. Uh, a snap to create tournaments. The animations are excellent. It's a different kind of, if you're a content creator and you're doing these games, there's a whole different vibe to call each game. This one is a little faster, but you have the animations and real-time action. It's a lot of fun. So this is just one of those one-off things, and I know that we still got our Ned McGreevy League to finish up, but I just really felt like doing a bit of or out of the park baseball. So the new one will be due out probably around opening day, 2023. So we still have 2 months left, and I have 20 some more hours to go in this one for it to be my most played. Um, Actually, my most played game on Steam. So, and I really love out of the park baseball. So. Game 4 of the 1912 World Series, we will see Smokey Joe Wood versus Rube Marquard. Should be a good one. We're going to the Polo Grounds. So let's get to our pre-game. This is a great World Series. Two fantastic teams facing off against one another, and hope you enjoy it. You know, again, this is one that we sort of put on the back burner. We just do these old World Series. We have this one, and we have 1909, and we just do them very occasionally. So these aren't really projects in the sense that our Ned McGreevy League is, or the upcoming all-time baseball World Baseball Classic using Major League players sorted by nations. That'll be done in Action PC 2023. And before we get to the pregame, just a couple channel announcements. Again, in February, we are going to be doing for Black History Month an East-West All-Star Game in the Negro Leagues. It'll be played at Comiskey Park as it historically was done. But special treat with all the hard work that Steve Tate has been doing with the Negro Leagues using the Major League equivalencies as sent to him by Big Clue. We're going to see the Negro League players actually playing with their stats and everything at the quote-unquote Major League level. So that'll be coming up. The World's Baseball Classic. We're winding down Ned McGreevy. And then we'll see what else we can do. We also have our Baseball Heresy League that should be a lot of fun. And these are actually teams that are the best players of each decade from the 19th century through the 2000s. So a few things coming up. And then the other thing is I am very soon going to be creating a new YouTube channel. And if you find it, I hope you'll subscribe. It's going to be everything except baseball, and this is going to be nothing but baseball. As there's, if you go back, you can see I did a few things on, I've done a few things on music theory, done a couple games and everything like that. But I've decided to give myself a challenge, start a channel from scratch. I won't be sharing the name of that channel. Um, but again, for those of you who might find it, and you see this channel that's doing stuff like astronomy, history, music theory, just music, um, politics, even, who knows? You're welcome to join in. You'll know my name, or you'll know my voice right away. It's not going to be Beatles Eternally or anything like that, though. Doing well, thank you, Cousin Ken. First one tonight at the Polo Grounds. So let us look at the lineup for the visiting Boston Red Sox. Leading off at first base, Jake Stahl. Batting second at short, Heine Wagner, no relation to Hannes Wagner. In the number 3 position in center field, the Gray Eagle, Tris Speaker, batting cleanup today. At third base, Larry Gardner batting fifth. Left fielder, Duffy Lewis. Batting sixth in right field, Harry Hooper, a Hall of Famer largely forgotten these days, even by Red Sox fans. Batting seventh and catching, Bill Kerrigan. Batting eighth at the Keystone Sack, Steve Yerkes, or Yerkes, we'll say Yerkes. And batting ninth, Smokey Joe Wood. In 1912, Smokey Joe Wood with 34 wins, 5 losses, a 1.91 earned run average, a whip of 1.01, struck out 6.8 batters per 9 innings, and walked only 2.1 for the hometown New York Giants. Leading off and playing first base, Fred Merkle. Batting second at short, Art Fletcher. Batting third, and I forgot to change the picture for him, but it is what it is. And catching, John Myers. In the cleanup spot, Larry Doyle. And we've seen Larry Doyle in a lot of our other projects at second base. Red Murray batting fifth in right field. Beals Becker in center field in the number 6 slot. Fred Snodgrass. This was quite a World Series for Snodgrass. In left field in the 7th slot, batting 8th. We've also seen Buck Herzog a lot. He is playing the hot corner, and Rube Marquard will take the hill for the Giants today and batting 9th. For the lefty Marquard in 1912, a 26-11 record, a 2.57 earned run average, a 1.24 whip, 5.3 strikeouts per 9 innings, 2.4 walks. So theoretically, we shouldn't be seeing a lot of walks by these pitchers. Computer slightly favoring the Giants, but Boston leading this series 2-1. All right. As Ken Castro said, he's played this 1912 Red Sox club a lot in the past. It's a fun team. It really is. They both are superb. So let's get out to the Polo Grounds, set our angles, and let's do it. Good to be back at Out of the Park 23. It's been way too long. And we got a very nice Polo Grounds here. All right. So Marquard in the World Series, in our 1912 World Series replay, no wins, 1 loss. He's worked 8 2/3 innings. I've given up 6 hits, 3 earned runs. He's struck out 5, an ERA of 3.12. First baseman Jake Stahl steps in again. I have the AI taking care of both teams. Jake Stahl hitting just .091. He is just 1 for 11. Marquard finishing his warm-up pitches. We'll check weather right after Marquard delivers. So I hope you enjoy the game. And here we go. Marquard deals to Stahl. And Jake Stahl, this one over for a strike. And we need to switch to, because last time we played this game, we were doing it in a bat mode because we had a very, very close game in the 1909 World Series. Marquard into his motion. Here's the delivery to Stahl. Stahl swings on this fly ball, center field, and ranging in on it just a bit is Beals Becker. So Becker calling off Murray, out number 1. Heine Wagner now, the shortstop, steps in. Again, no relation to Hannes Wagner. He is 0 for 11 in the series. Marquard peers in, has the sign from Chief Myers. Here's the wind and the 0-1 pitch to Wagner. Wagner swings, get good contact on this one. Fly ball down into left field, but Fred Snodgrass pulls it in for out number 2. And again, you can see a faster pace in this game than in Action PC baseball, but both brilliant. And if you had to own 2 and only 2, I would say this one in Action PC 2023. Other 2, if you got the money, Baseball for Windows and Diamond Mine Baseball. The Gray Eagle, Tris Speaker, now steps in. Speaker having a rather slow series. He is just 1 for 11. Bats lefty matchup. Hall of Famer versus Hall of Famer. Marquard's delivery. Speaker, hot ground ball to short, and up with it is Art Fletcher on to first for the 6-3 putout. 3 up, 3 down for Boston, and we go to the bottom of the first. And looking at Smokey Joe Wood's number, this was a great year for him, but his numbers in our series replays: 1 win, no losses, 9 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and an ERA and an even 2.00. Fred Merkle hitting 154 in the series, 2 runs batted in, including a home run. So shorter porches down the left and right field lines here at Polo Grounds, and then it gets real big, real fast. This is an earlier Polo Grounds, so about 1912 to 1915, somewhere around that. So you're not seeing that sort of big cutaway, but a big baseball park where they actually played polo. Let's check weather conditions here. Clear skies, 63 degrees, and the wind going out to right at 13 miles per hour. So left-handed hitters should love that, especially if they hit it straight down the line in left field. All right, so Merkle to lead it off. Merkle hitting 154, 2 ribbies, and a home run. Smokey Joe Wood finishes his warm-up pitches. The 1-1 delivery to Merkle, cut on, and this one, fly ball deep to right, going back on it and making a great catch is Harry Hooper. So Hooper showing why he is a Hall of Famer. Superb outfield in terms of center and right field, with Speaker in center, Hooper in right. And here is Art Fletcher to bat for the Giants. Fletcher hitting just 167. He's 2 for 12. Wood peers in, has the sign. He kicks and fires to Art Fletcher. Here it comes. Fletcher cuts on this one. Weak grounder to third, and Gardner not making the throw. So a runner aboard, and Art Fletcher has some serious speed. Welcome in to Steve Tate. He says, way to change it up. He's got a few free minutes to watch. Welcome in. David Baseball Demos coming in saying, hoping the Giants kept the Royal Rooters out of the stadium. How about it, David? Great to see you. And yeah, love to see Out of the Park improving these graphics. I'm expecting some pretty awesome things. We'll see in April of this year, as this game releases usually right around opening day. So Art Fletcher, lots of speed on first for New York. And here is Chief Myers. Sorry, I don't have a photo for him. I haven't updated my photo pack in 1,000 years. Hitting just .077, 1 for 13 for him. Smokey Joe Wood checks the runner. Fletcher, Kerrigan with the sign. Wood winds and deals. Here's the pitch, and swung on, and this one is going to be a line drive up the left field alley, going all the way to the wall. Myers has himself a double. Rounding third, Myers thought, rounding second, Myers thought about it, but Art Fletcher scores, and the Giants draw first blood as Myers picks up the RBI double here in the bottom of the first. It's 1-0 Giants. Stepping in now, second baseman Larry Doyle, also just having an abysmal series, just 1 for 11. Smokey Joe Wood checks Myers at second. And here's the 0-2 delivery to Doyle. Doyle swings, base hit into center field. And this will not score a run. Third base coach flashing the stop sign. So Myers stops at third, Doyle on at first. Doyle, excellent speed. And here is Red Murray, the right fielder, hitting 200. No RBI for him. Doyle, great speed at first. Kerrigan sets up. Wood with the 1-1 delivery. Murray swings, base hit, and that's going to be an RBI for Red Murray. Speaker gets to the ball and gets it in, but not in time. Doyle is safe. Murray with the RBI, and it's now 2-0 New York. So New York down in our World Series replay, 2-1. It's very accurate. I've done it offline baseball, David, and it also has a function which, as you're replaying, it will compare your replay to the actual replay. And if you just play through without human intervention, it's hyper accurate. This thing is Major League Baseball has used this now. It's been predicting playoffs. It's predicting World Series winners. It's super accurate. I think for a lot of people, they just see kind of the fancy graphics, but this is a very, very, very deep baseball legend. So I have done 1917 and offline. I've also done 1971 offline, and the results are super hyper accurate. Once you start managing a team, however, then things change. But it's a very, very accurate, and it's the only one I know. Well, Action PC does it as well. So you can track your replay versus the actual season. I don't really do a lot of season replays anymore, but I do know it's a very accurate engine. There are some issues with some of the ratings that they're still working on, but they patch this game regularly, and there are times of the year this thing goes as low as 595 for virtually the entirety of professional baseball. You can build your own ballparks. There's tons of mods for this thing. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. There's some things that's a lot harder to do in this game than an Action PC, but I really can't recommend Out of the Park enough. It's my second favorite baseball sim. 2 in for New York here in the bottom of the first, and that brings up Beals Becker. Becker is a rather cold 0 for 9. Doyle at third, Murray at first. Speed on the base paths for the Giants. Wood works from the stretch. First pitch swinging. Oh, this ball gets away from Kerrigan, and Doyle will come in courtesy of the wild pitch by Smokey Joe Wood, and it is now 3-0. Still 1 out. Murray moves to second on the play. Becker back in. The 0-1 delivery to Becker. Becker swings, and this one a liner to center, played on the hop. Third base coach flashing the stop sign. So Murray moves to third, Becker at first. A lot of speed on this Giant team, and John McGraw, you can count on him to take advantage of that speed. Fred Snodgrass, and should it happen, we will talk about Snodgrass before the end of this series. 2 for 9, hitting .222. No runs batted in. Becker at first, Murray at third. Wood working from the stretch, and the 0-1 delivery. The runner goes, the throw down, and they got him dead to rights. So Becker caught stealing, 2 down, and Murray remains at third, 90 feet away, potential fourth Giant run with 2 down. Smokey Joe Wood rubs up the ball, has the sign from Bill Kerrigan, 1-2 delivery. Snodgrass swings, and this one twisting foul on the first base side, and it is playable. Chick Stahl making the play, but 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, a runner left on, and the Giants lead after 1, 3-0. One thing I should point out about Out of the Park baseball, that when you're playing it at bat mode, anytime you see a foul ball, it's going to be caught. But if you play by pitch mode, it can go into the stands or whatever. So something to keep in mind. If you play this game, you want to get hyper real about it. You know, it's fun to play them out pitch by pitch. Most people play this more as a management game, and I think that's kind of sad. I never touched the financials in this at all. Anyhow, here is Larry Gardner batting in the cleanup spot. Gardner in the series is 3 for 11 with an RBI, hitting .273. Marquard right now enjoying a 3-run lead, and we'll just put it that way. Marquard sets and fires to Gardner. Gardner swinging on the 0-1 pitch. Hard ground ball to short. Fletcher up with it, and he will throw to Merkel for the 6-3 put out. 1 up, 1 down for Duffy Lewis. Left fielder hitting a respectable .273. No runs batted in for him. Lefty Marquard has the sign from Myers. The 2-1 delivery to Lewis, who hit .284 in the year. And Lewis scorcher to third, and quick play. Oh, and this one gets away from Merkel. We are going to have a throwing error. E5, Herzog coming up too quickly with that ball. So an error. This ball bounces in the seats, and the Giants pick up an error thanks to the E5. Steve Tate is cold Texas. They ain't used to that. Oh, what are they used to? Is anyone, something about Texas? Robbie, okay, gotcha. I didn't even see, there's Robbie. All right. Yeah, we're getting 2 days of cold weather here, then we're getting back up into the 50s and 60s. So tomorrow and Saturday, we're getting 2 days of winter. We've only had 5 inches of snow this winter, so very happy about that. Hall of Famer Harry Hooper stepping in now, hitting an even 300, including an RBI. Lewis the second, decent speed. Marquard checks the runner, the 1-0 delivery to Hooper, hitting 242 in the air. Hard ground ball to second, and there's just going to be one play. Larry Doyle on to Merkle for the 4-3 put out, 2 down, and Duffy Lewis advances to third. Catcher Bill Kerrigan now steps into the box. Kerrigan hitting 375 with the run batted in. And there is Arnold Hunter. Welcome in, Arnold. Doing a little out-of-the-park baseball tonight. We'll switch to Action PC or something else if we do a doubleheader. We'll see. It's pretty early. Marquard works from the stretch. 3-0 Giants lead. 2 down here in the top of the second. 2-1 pitch. And this one scorched down the third base line. But Herzog making the proper play this time. 5-3 put out to retire the side. So New York commits an error. Boston does not take advantage of it. And the Giants hold on to a 3-0 lead as we go to the home half of the second inning here at the Polo Grounds. Polo Grounds at Yankee Stadium. You could actually look across the river and see each park. Really cool. All right, Buck Herzog now. He is hitting a .333. And he has 3 runs batted in, including a homer. Smokey Joe Wood having a rough time thus far, finding himself down 3-0. Great day for October baseball here in the Big Apple. Wood rocks and fires the 1-0 delivery to Herzog. Herzog swings, and this is going to be a slow roller to short. Close play at first. And Honey Wagner making a nice play. 1 down. Rube Marquard hitting nothing for 3. Stepping in the pitcher spot, and then we'll go back to the top of the order, and Fred Merkle 1 away. Smokey Joe Wood having this great year as a pitcher. Wood would kind of lose his magic as a pitcher, but go on to be a damn fine position player. Wood ready to work to Marquard. Marquard swinging on the first pitch, and this is a liner all the way to the wall in right center. Marquard chugging along for 2. Marquard is going for, nope, they're holding up the stop sign. They don't want Marquard to take any chances on a slide in that arm. So Rube Marquard helping out his own cause. This is the 6th hit now for the New York Giants. So runner in scoring position, 1 down. We're back at the top of the order. Merkle, nothing for 1 in this game. Steve Tate says he's got to run, but we'll check back in a couple of hours if you're still going. And he said, wait, you'll still be going, as Ken giving the laugh there. We'll see. I'm going to try to stay away from those 7-hour streams. That being said, I don't have to be at work till 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. So we shall see what we shall see. Marquard a second. Decent lead. Fred Merkle, nothing for 1. Wood delivers the 1-0 pitch to Fred Merkle. Merkle swings, and this one's a sinking liner to right. That's going to get down, and they're holding Marquard at first. Or at third, I'm sorry. So runners at first and third. Merkle with speed at first. Marquard, not bad. Not bad speed for him, above average, but Merkle, an absolute speedster. That brings up Art Fletcher, and I'm going to do something so we can stats a little better. Let's see. It's not a view I usually like to do, but we're going to go to the classic 3D view. It's a little bit more compressed, but we could talk a little bit more about what these players have done. All right. So just give me a little time to get used to it. I rarely play in the classic 3D mode. But so Art Fletcher, so we could talk about Art Fletcher and how he did on the season with a lot more depth than we can otherwise. All right. And it will show lefty-righty splits, how the hitter did in scoring position, what have you. Good stuff. And, of course, for pitchers, it's going to show what opponents are batting against him, and how he's doing versus righties, how he's performed in like inning 1, 2, 3, and then it'll go to 4, 5, 6. There's a lot of information. We can see team information up here as well. So good stuff. Just a little weird to get used to. All right. Here we go now. Runners at first and third, one down for Art Fletcher. So Art Fletcher today is 1 for 1. Wood from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Fletcher, and Fletcher hit in the small of the back. And I mean, Smokey Joe Wood drilled him with a fastball. That one around 90 miles an hour. Bases loaded. Smokey Joe Wood just very, very much off here in game 4 as Chief Meyer steps in. He's 1 for 1 with a run batted in. Wood peers in, has the sign from Kerrigan. From the stretch, one down, bases jammed with Giants, no place to put Myers. The 1-1 pitch. Myers swings and scorches this one to right field. This is going to go to the wall, and Myers has himself a 2 RBI double. And the Giants hit parade continues, baseball fans. So Merkel scores on the play. Myers pulls in with a double. Runners in second and third, 5-0 Giants. And here is Larry Doyle. Larry Doyle today is 1 for 1. Wood peers in, has the sign, working from the stretch. Rough time here for Smokey Joe. 1-2 pitch.
Strike 3.
Doyle cuts and misses. So that last one, a curveball, 2 down. Smokey Joe Wood picking up his first whiff in the game. Looking to get out of this one as quickly as possible. The Giants scoring 3 in the first, 2 in the third. Red Murray, 1 for 1. He has an RBI in this game. Here is Smokey Joe Wood's 2-2 pitch to Red Murray. And Murray, chopper to short. Oh, high throw, but nice recovery. But New York scores 2 runs on 3 hits. It's 5-0 New York, and we'll go to the top of the third inning. And we have Steve Yerkes, Smokey Joe Wood back at the top of the order, and Jake Stahl here. Game 4 of the 1912 World Series. All right. So this classic 3D view with a lot more in-depth stats, I think, are really nice if you're doing sort of regular season stuff. So something to think about, but really gives you a better sense of the hitter than the 2D view, or the modern 3D view. It looks nicer, but this is more like Action PC Baseball 2023 information. Of course, you can click on any hitter, and you can bring up everything then about that hitter, which is really, really, really nice. So good stuff. All right, let's return to our baseball game. So Steve Yerkes hitting .250 with a run batted in the series. Rube Marquard has yet to strike out or walk a batter. The lefty winds and fires the 1-2 pitch to Yerkes, and Yerkes swings right through this one. Nice changeup by Rube Marquard. 1 down. Some have argued that Marquard doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame. I believe that he does. He may not be Christy Mathewson or Walter Johnson, but certainly I think Marquard deserves the Hall of Fame, and I will stick with that. So a strikeout, no walks through 2 1/3 innings for Rube Marquard, who was by no means a Rube. He was actually a lawyer, very educated. Smokey Joe Wood now steps in, 0 for 5 in the World Series. Marquard with the wind and the 3-0 pitch to Smokey Joe. Here it comes. And Wood lays off this one a little bit outside, and Smokey Joe drawing the walk. So first walk given up by Marquard. So that takes care of the perfect game, but again, we're just in the third inning. Robbie says he loves the 7-hour streams. All right, Smokey Joe Wood, a little bit below average speed. There's Jake Stahl now. We're back at the top of the Boston order. And Stahl today is 0 for 1. Wood about 2 steps off first. Marquard checks the runner. The lefty deals 2-2 pitch.
Strike 3.
And a swing and a miss. Jake Stahl goes down. Fastball by Rube Marquard. Marquard has now fanned 2 in this game. And that brings up Heine Wagner 2 away. Wood at first. Red Sox trying to get on the board. Giants putting up crooked numbers in the first 2 innings. Marquard winds and fires. And this one lofted to center, and coming in on it and making the catch is Bills Becker. So Boston, no runs, no hits, a walk, and a runner left on. And we head to the bottom of the third inning. It's the Giants 5 and the Red Sox nothing. All right, and Bills Becker will lead it off here, be followed by Fred Snodgrass, Buck Herzog. Becker 1 for 1 on the day. Smokey Joe Wood has struck out a batter. Wood into his motion, and the 0-1 delivery to Bills Becker. Becker cuts on this one. This is a high fly ball to center field, but coming in and making a nice catch is the Gray Eagle. Speaker 1 away. Fred Snodgrass. Again, we will get to that story of Fred Snodgrass in the 1912 World Series. 0 for 1 for Snodgrass, especially if by some weird chance that same situation comes up. Wood winds and fires, full count on Snodgrass, payoff pitch, and this one smacked to left. This will get down for a base hit, and here come the Giants with the 9th base hit for them. Snodgrass aboard, and let's look at Snodgrass in terms of steals. So just looking at his steals, we're not going to look at season or anything like that. But Snodgrass does have 3 steals in this World Series. All right, Buck Herzog in there now. 0 for 1 at the dish. Snodgrass, aggressive lead at first. Kerrigan, pretty good arm behind the dish. Wood works now, and there goes the runner, the throw down, and stolen base. So Fred Snodgrass picks up his 4th steal of the World Series. Buck Herzog steps back in. Third baseman awaits. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Wood, and grounder to third. And Gardner looking the runner back and retires Herzog, and that brings up Rube Marquard. Marquard is 1 for 1. Bats left, Snodgrass at second, 2 away. The 1-2 pitch to Marquard. He swings, high fly ball, center field. Speaker coming in on it and making the catch. Side retired. So the New York Giants, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. They lead 1, and the score remains 5-0 in favor of the Gothams as we head to the top of the 4th inning. After this, we either do Ned McGreevy or we'll actually do game something or other in a World Series in the 1960s, if you can believe that, just for fun. Or we'll just call it a stream. Speaker is 0 for 1. Marquard, 2 strikeouts and a walk through 3. Marquard looks in, has the sign from Myers, Here is the payoff pitch.
Strike
And
three.
Speaker cuts through this one. So Marquard gets him on the fastball, and Marquard has rung up victim at number 3. Third baseman Larry Gardner now for the Red Sox. He is 0-for-1. Myers sets the target. Marquard with a 2-0 delivery to Gardner. Gardner swings, hard hit ground ball to short. Fletcher bobbling for a second, hangs on to it, throws on to Merkle for the 6-3 putout. So 2 away. I would say one advantage to Action PC Baseball, so sometimes what makes this game a little harder to call is if you don't know all the players, right? Action PC Baseball, those player names will stay up out there in the field if you set the game up that way, which I do. This one they don't, so sometimes I'm going to miss a few here and there. All right, especially when we get into the 1960s and stuff like that. All right. Anyhow, it's the first time we visited Out of the Park Baseball in about 3 weeks since we finished the historic 16 tournament. Duffy Lewis, left fielder, 0-for-1 against Marquard. Marquard pitching with 2 outs. The 1-2 delivery to Lewis. Lewis cuts through this one. Strikeout number 4 for Rube Marquard. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left. And we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's the Giants 5 and the Red Sox 0. Red Sox leading this one 2-1. Back at the top of the order now for the New York Giants and Fred Merkle. And viewership going down, and doesn't matter. We have a couple people having fun. That's all I care about. Truly, it's all I care about. Merkle is 1-for-2. Some folks can't handle 1912 baseball. All right. Snodgrass is more than capable, actually, Robbie, but it was something that happened in the 1912 World Series that really Snodgrass, even John McGraw said, didn't deserve in fact, now when I tell the story, McGraw actually gave him a raise, as he did for Fred Merkle back in 1908. And Merkle and Snodgrass on the same team. Wood peers in, has the sign from Kerrigan. Merkle is 1-for-2 on the day. The 0-1 delivery now from Smokey Joe Wood. And Merkle swings on this pitch, grounded up the first base line, and Stahl will take it to the bag unassisted. 1 away. Art Fletcher now. Shortstop is 1-for-1 with the Giants. 1 down. The 1-1 delivery, here it comes from Wood. Swung on, and this one a sinking liner to right, and great play by Harry Hooper. Again, a Hall of Famer, and I've asked a few people who are Red Sox fans, and they had no idea who Harry Hooper is, and yet he is a Hall of Famer. Harry Hooper, also a very educated man. Wrote about being on the road. I think it was Hooper's rookie year, or maybe it was his rookie year. Excellent writer. So kind of hard to find. I'm not sure if that was actually included in a book or somewhere, but Harry Hooper was a great player. John Myers now. Perfect 2-for-2 at the dish, 2 away for New York. So Smokey Joe Wood trying to shut the Giants down. They scored nothing in the 3rd, trying to get them to do the same in the 4th. 3-1 pitch to Myers. Here it comes. And Myers lays off and draws the walk. So Smokey Joe not out of this one yet. Wood has delivered now his first walk in addition to 1 strikeout. Larry Doyle now, lefty, steps in. He is 1-for-2. Wood winds and fires. A 1 pitch. Doyle swings, grounder down the line to left. So Doyle going for 2. He has himself a double, and coming home and scoring is Chief Myers, and it is now 6-1 New York Giants. And two hardcore baseball fans in here, cousin Ken Castro, who loves this era of baseball, and Robbie Wertberg learning about this. And I'm just curious. Let's see what else is going on. So we lost, and sound cuts out on YouTube when you're dealing, or on Out of the Park Baseball. So we'll see what's going on. Yes, indeed. So we had this other guy who just finished a stream. And there you go. So, all right, back to it. Red Murray now steps in. He is 1 for 2. Murray with an RBI in this game. So the Giants just getting a goose egg only in the third. 2 down. Giants looking for more. Larry Doyle, lots of speed at second. Wood fires it into Murray. 1-2 pitch. Murray swings, base hit into center field. Will this be enough to score another run? And it will indeed. So Doyle safe ahead of the Kerrigan tag, and it's 7-0 New York now. I'm glad you're enjoying it, cousin. I really am. Yeah, I think people were looking for something else, and the viewership went from 6 to 2 almost immediately. But that's all right. This is about baseball, and that's it for Smokey Joe Woods. So Buck O'Brien comes in. Woods' day is done. Getting rocked here by the Giants. 7-0 at the Polo Grounds. This one turning into a laugher. 2 down. Speedy Red Murray at first, and here's Beals Becker, 1 for 2. Buck O'Brien, let's look at his line. This is his first series appearance. Good stamina, as you'd expect. Pretty good at holding pitchers, or holding runners, and finishing his warm-up pitches. 1-1, the runner goes, the throw down, and Murray has this one stolen. So again, John McGraw bringing the running game. And I know playing that game the other day with 80s and 90s team, what I was missing were the stolen bases. Good to see that back. And you wonder why I love older baseball. It was a faster game. Becker steps in, and a gutsier game. 1 for 2 for the center fielder. So Buck O'Brien winds and fires. 2-1 pitch to Beals Becker. And the lefty swings. High fly ball to center field, but Trespeaker will reel it in. However, New York putting up another crooked number. 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and a runner left. We go to the top of the 5th inning. It's the New York Giants 7, the Boston Red Sox nothing. Marquard, let's just say he's pitching a gem. He has struck out 4, walked 1. Harry Hooper stands in, nothing for 1. In fact, that will be the theme all up and down this Red Sox lineup. Lefty Marquard, 2-2 now on Harry Hooper. Hooper swings, and this one's going to get down, base hit, so that ends the no-hitter. And Hooper gets the first base hit for Boston here in the 5th inning. Hooper's got excellent speed. Brings in catcher Bill Kerrigan now. Hooper, good lead at first. Lefty Marquard checks the runner, peers in, has the sign from Myers. Count even on Kerrigan. Kerrigan swings, sinking liner to left. Oh, what a play! Fred Snodgrass making the great play. And we're going to take a minute, and we are going to talk about Fred Snodgrass because he made a great play. In the 1912 World Series, Fred Snodgrass had muffed a fly ball. However, on the play before that, he made a spectacular running catch against the wall. And the only reason that the next fly ball came out was that Mathewson had lost a runner, had walked a runner, and the next one just blooped it out there and Snodgrass lost it. But it was actually Mathewson who created the situation. The sad thing about Fred Snodgrass, of course, and John McGraw said it is criminal to blame Fred Snodgrass for what happened, gave him a raise. Snodgrass would go on to become a very, very successful banker and everything, and he died sometime in his mid-80s or something. Lived a long, long, profitable, great life, and the newspapers didn't hesitate to say the man who muffed ball in 1912 World Series. Baseball never forgets. It never forgets. RJL Network, dead ball with the Beatles. It was only yesterday. RJL Network. Thank you very much, my friend. And yes, that counts. Guys, check out RJL Networks. 1988 replay. Robert, since you've been coming in, I want to do something that I do for people that come in. And you are now a moderator. So there you go. Phil, you want to post links? You want to post links to your channel, to your replay? It's a way that I say thank you to folks that are here and that do come back to the channel. So you're a mod now. Not that we ever get any trouble here. I do it more for you guys too. You post interesting baseball links if you're a content creator like yourself. Do some shameless promotion, RJO. Link to your channel, what's coming up, what's going on. Feel free, buddy. Hey, I'm honored to have you in here, man. I seriously am. All right, one out, and here is Steve Yerkes. Yerkes having, like the rest of the Red Sox, having a hell of a time with Marquard. Just one base hit against Marquard, and that's the man on first, Harry Hooper. Again, an aggressive lead. Marquard checks the runner. He winds and deals, and there goes Hooper. Hooper slides. Hooper has a stolen. This one will get out to center field, and that's going to be a throwing error. So Myers, it looks like he's going to be charged. So E2, and that's 2 errors in the Giants. Will it come back to bite them with a 7-run lead? At this point, I don't think they're worried about it. But just in the middle of the early innings here, bottom of the 4th, or top of the 5th, I should say. So Hooper just 90 feet away with a potential first Red Sox run. Yerkes back in the box. Here is the 2-2 pitch. Yerkes skies this one to center field and down into the glove of Beals Becker, and coming in scoring, standing up, the first Boston run is Hall of Famer Harry Hooper. So 2 down, and Buck O'Brien, who's on in relief for Smokey Joe Wood, who got rocked. New York Giants scoring 3 in the 3rd, 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 4th. Only scores inning the 3rd. Giants looking to even the series today. Marquard rocks and fires. O'Brien making his first plate appearance in the series, and does it with elan, you might say. So grounder between 3rd and short into left field for a base hit, and O'Brien picking up the base hit. No speed there. We're back at the top of the order now for the Scarlet Hose. Jake Stahl. Stahl, nothing for 2 in today's contest. Marquard rubbing up the ball, sets and fires the 1-0 delivery to Stahl, and Stahl sends this one up the alley into left field. O'Brien going for 3. Stahl gets to second, and he will hold up, but O'Brien coming around to score, and Boston picking up its 2nd run here in the 5th. So they trail by 5. It's now 7-2. Looks like Boston trying to make it a ball game with 2 down. Stahl with superb speed at second, and that brings in Heine Wagner. And again, I'll say it, no relation to Hannes. Heine Wagner is nothing for 2. Marquard sets and delivers the 1-2 pitch to Wagner, and Wagner pops this one high in the infield. Coming in and making the catch will be Larry Doyle, side retired. But Boston plates 2 here in the top of the 5th, and it's 7-2 Giants. Now Ray, Cousin Ken likes when I throw in the nice little bit of, from my lexicon every once in a while. Ilan, he likes it, loves it. Want to remind you guys, since Ken still isn't used to doing some self-promotion, Ken Castro doing embarking on a brilliant, brilliant replay. I've heard of nothing like this before. In 1888, our Goodwill Spalding took two barnstorming teams literally around the world to try to spread the gospel of baseball. But what Ken is doing is not just a sort of replay of that historic tour. He's going to do it as it started from the United States, and then all the way around. The tour would end in the United Kingdom. He's actually getting it down to train schedules, ocean liner schedules, weather, the whole thing. And Ken is such a gifted journalist, such an amazing writer. Looking forward to that. So if he's not going to get to do his own promotion, I'm going to do it. So do check that out. Ken has kindly asked me to be a part of it, and I'm looking forward. And Ken, if you want to put any links up, anything you want, please do so. Don't be shy. You know that you're very well respected. You are, thank you. You are very respected in this community, Ken Castro. All right, so Fred Snodgrass, he is 1 for 2 here, bottom of the 5th. So Snodgrass, part of this 11-hit New York Giant parade. Buck O'Brien stays on in relief. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Snodgrass. Cut on, line drive, and this one's going to get down for a base hit. So Hooper taking it on the bounce, and Snodgrass aboard. And here we go again. Giants just tough today. O'Brien trying to soak up some innings for these Red Sox. Buck Herzog, 0 for 2. Snodgrass, really, really aggressive lead at first. Kerrigan sets the sign for O'Brien. Here is the wind and 3-0 pitch. Kerrigan asked for the appeal, but the man in blue says that Herzog held up. Snodgrass moves to second. Herzog at first. Ducks in the pond. Speed on the pads for Marquard. Rube is 1 for 2 in the game. Corners in, as you would expect, playing bunt. O'Brien deals the 0-1 delivery. Marquard bunts, fouls it off. Marquard back in there. Here's the pitch. Marquard holds up, and that's ball 1. And we will, if I can figure out in this Classic 2D view where to do it. And I'll be damned if I can find it. So never mind. We're just going to stay on at-bat mode. All right. And I am so not used to this. Oh, there we go. Switch to pitch by pitch. Good. All right. Marquard steps back in to count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Buck O'Brien deals. Marquard misses on this bunt and strikes out, and perhaps cursing wee Willie Keeler. So 1 down, because Keeler could foul him off all day. Fred Merkle now we're back at the top of the order for the Gothams. Merkle 1 for 3 today in the contest. Again, New York trying to even up the series at 2 games apiece and doing a fine job right now with a 7-2 lead here in the bottom of the 5th. Merkle digs himself a nice little trench there on the right-hand side of the batter's box. O'Brien fires it into Merkle, and Merkle, that went in there for strike 1. Let's get back to pitch by pitch mode, or at-bat mode. O'Brien lets it go after checking Snodgrass at second and Herzog at first. 0-2 delivery to Merkle.
Strike 3.
Merkle looks at a call, 3rd strike 3. So screwball by Buck O'Brien. He picks up his 2nd whiff of the game. And that brings up Art Fletcher, shortstop, hitting 1 for 2. Runners into their lead. O'Brien with a 2-2 delivery to Fletcher. Fletcher is hit. 2-hit batsman in the game. So Smokey Joe Wood hit a batsman, and as did Buck O'Brien. So the Red Sox, could this be a little frustration? Being 5 runs down, but now you've loaded the bases and speed everywhere. Snodgrass at third, Herzog at second, Art Fletcher at first. Chief Myers perfect 2 for 2 today, including 3 runs batted in. O'Brien in trouble here, 2 down from the stretch. Myers swinging on the first pitch, high fly ball to right. Hooper going back on this ball, Speaker coming over, Hooper calling off Speaker, side retired. The Giants leave him loaded. They remain in front 7-2 as we go to the top of the 6th inning. And we will see the Gray Eagle, Tris Speaker, Larry Gardner, and then Duffy Lewis. Speaker in the game is 0-2 against Marquard. So Boston with 2 runs, 3 hits. New York with 7 runs and 12 hits. Marquard had a no-hitter going until the 5th. And a perfect game until the 3rd. Marquard ready to work now the Gray Eagle. The 1-1 delivery. And Speaker swings, and this one's going to get down for a base hit into right field. So Murray playing that one on the bounce, and the very fast Tris Speaker on at first for Larry Gardner. Gardner, 0-for-2 today. Speaker into his lead. Marquard winds and fires the 3-2 count, and he lays off of it. So Marquard now issuing his 2nd walk. Gardner at first, Speaker at second. Gardner has good speed too. Here is left fielder Duffy Lewis. He's 0-for-2 in the contest. Marquard rubs up the ball, peers in, has the sign from Chief Myers, toes the rubber. The 2-1 delivery swung on, and base hit by Duffy Lewis. And coming around to score the 3rd Boston run in there is Tris Speaker in ahead of the tag. Boston chipping away. It's now 7-3 Giants. Boston scored 2 in the 5th and now 1 so far in the 6th. Nobody down. Gardner at second, Duffy Lewis at first, and Harry Hooper in there. 1-4-2. Marquard with the check of the runner. Now he winds up. Here's the pitch, and Hooper showing bunt. Hooper back in there, the 1-1 delivery. 2-1. And Hooper lays off that. That's a ball. So count 3-1 on Harry Hooper. Marquard ready to work. Here it comes. Hooper misses. No, he takes ball 4. And now it's the New York Giants in trouble. Bases loaded, nobody down for catcher Bill Kerrigan, who has yet to successfully get on base. Nowhere to put him. Here we go. Marquard from the stretch. The 1-0 delivery, and Kerrigan, are they going to turn 2? They will turn 2. The run will score, however. So the 4-6-3 double play. But Boston inching closer. It is now 7-4. At one time, this was a 7-0 ball game. So the Red Sox fighting back. Duffy Lewis at third, just 90 feet away, the potential 5th Boston run, and that brings up Steve Yerkes, who is 0-for-1. He does have an RBI in today's game. Marquard from the stretch. Yerkes, first pitch swinging, screaming liner to right, and that's going to score run number 5 for these 19-12 Boston Red Sox. And here we go. The Red Sox now within 2. So Yerkes at first, 2 away for pitcher Buck O'Brien, and we'll see if Boston will allow him to hit, and indeed they do. Here's the delivery. O'Brien swings, a little roller to second, and oh, that was almost thrown away by Doyle to Merkle, but they do get the runner. However, Boston plays 3 on 3 hits, no errors. They leave 1. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and this game becoming very interesting now. It's the Giants 7 and the Red Sox 5. Legends Sports Universe says good evening, Beatles, and those in the bleachers. And Clint Parks coming in says hello to everybody. He says hi there. Got a 5-5 tie between Butler and Philadelphia, so I'm just listening. All right, welcome in. So guys, check out Legend Sports Universe. Does a lot of cool stuff. And in fact, this man has single-handedly, I have a PS4 over here I haven't used in ages. I am convinced after watching uh, his work, I'm buying a PlayStation 5 so I can get MLB The Show, because I found out something from these two gentlemen from Legend Sports Universe and Steve Tate, that there is actually a managing mode. There's some all-time rates, files, and there are all kinds of cool stuff. And MLB The Show is absolutely gorgeous, and it's probably never going to come to PC. So Legend Sports Universe, guys, he does all kinds of sports. My interest, as you know, is baseball, and just been loving it. So welcome in to Legend Sports Universe. All right, Larry Doyle to lead it off here. And at one time, the Giants held a 7-0 lead. That started falling apart in the 5th. So the Red Sox able to score 2 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th. 7-5 now. Smokey Joe Wood well out of this game. Marquard hanging in. Larry Doyle 2 for 3 with a run batted in. Doyle digs in on the left-hand side. O'Brien has the sign for Bill Kerrigan. Here is the wind and the pitch. Doyle swinging on the first pitch. Hard ground ball to second. And up with that is Steve Yerkes on to Jake Stahl at first for the 4-3 putout, and 1 down. And guys, all you have to do, oh, you're welcome, Legend Sports Universe. YouTube has reinstituted the thing where if you just mouse over the person's name, you see the 3 dots. Click on it, and you can go to their channel. Please go and subscribe to Legend Sports Universe. All right, Red Murray batting with 1 down here. Murray having a good day at the plate, 2 for 3 with 2 runs batted in. 1 out here, bases empty. Buck O'Brien with a 2-0 delivery now to Red Murray. Here is the pitch. Murray swings high fly ball to center field, and going over for it to his right is the Gray Eagle Speaker making the catch. 2 away, bases empty for Beals Becker. Becker 1 for 3. A little wave of the bat as he steps in the box. Sort of glares out a little bit at Buck O'Brien. O'Brien kind of ignoring him. Peering in, has the sign from Bill Kerrigan. And here's the pitch to Becker. Swinging on the first pitch, sinking liner to left, and this will get down for a base hit. So Becker picking up his 2nd hit of the game, and that is the 13th hit for the New York Giants here. 2 down. Big Clue says, I wanted to say thank you until I tuned in tonight. He said he was having a little trouble with constipation. He said he wants to say, all right, so Big Clue. I guess there you go, the Beatles Eternally channel. Maybe I can make a little bit of money and cut into the whatever, X-Lax, whatever that stuff is people use when they're constipated. All right, so Becker with excellent speed aboard at first, and here is Fred Snodgrass. 2 for 3 for Snodgrass in the game. Buck O'Brien deals the 1-2 pitch to Snodgrass. Snodgrass swings and liner to short, and nice work there by Wagner, making the short toss to retire Becker and the side, and we go to the top of the 7th. It is 7-5 Giants. And due up, Jake Stahl, Heine Wagner, and Tris Speaker. Jake Stahl in the game, 1 for 3 with a run batted in. Marquard, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks through 6 innings of work. And Cousin Ken thanking Big Clue for subbing to EBTS. We have some good things planned. Yeah, it can be like the shameless Gatorade plugs work into NBA 2K23, says Legend Sports Networks. Yep, X-Lax sponsorship coming. Good God. As if my channel doesn't have enough stigma attached to it. Not stigmata, Big Clue, but stigma. Big Clue and I, big fans of heresies. All right, Jake Stahl now to lead it off here. Followed by Heine Wagner, Tris Speaker, as I said. Stahl, 1 for 3. Marquard with a 1-2 delivery to Stahl. Swung on, and this one a liner to right. That short right field porch. Stahl going for two. Here's the throw. Stahl has himself a leadoff stand-up double. These hitters aiming for the short porches left and right here at the Polo Grounds as Heine Wagner steps in. Wagner 0 for 3 in the game. Cousin waiting for me to say what I usually say when a player is over, but we'll hold off just a little bit on that. Rube Marquard with a check of the speedy. Stahl a second, peers in, has the sign from Myers, sets and delivers. Stahl with a good lead. And this one a high fly ball to right. This one has distance, but it will stay in the Polo Grounds, and Stahl tags, and he will make it to third base. So one away. Boston really making this a ball game again. One time down 7-0. Now the potential 6th Boston run, just a mere 90 feet away as the Gray Eagle steps in. Speaker 1 for 3 in the game. Marquard from the stretch. Stahl coming down the line at third. Here is the 0-2, and Speaker will get this one down for a base hit. RBI, and Boston scores run number 6. Big comeback going on for these Red Sox. They are now within 1 of the Giants. The Red Sox win today, and they take a 3-1 lead in our 1912 World Series replay on Out of the Park Baseball 23. Larry Gardner, 0 for 2. Gardner would like to get on the hit parade. So the Red Sox now at 8 hits. And remember, Marquard had a no-hitter through the first 4, a perfect game through 3. Myers sets the target, checks the speedy. Speaker at first. The 1-1 delivery. There goes Speaker. They're not going to get him. Tris Speaker with a stolen base. So Myers not able to get the ball out of his glove. It seemed a little hesitation. I think Speaker would have had that race run anyhow. So the tying run now in scoring position for the Red Sox. 1 down. Gardner back in the box. Marquard sets in the 2-2 pitch. And Gardner base hit into center field. And here comes Tris Speaker. Speaker will slide and score, and Larry Gardner delivers the RBI double, and the Red Sox have come back from a 7-run deficit to tie it now. It is 7-7. Crazy, crazy day here in Game 4 of the 1912 World Series replay. Just to go over the scoring, the New York Giants scored 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the fourth. The Red Sox, 2 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th, and thus far, 2 here in the 7th. And Gardner in scoring position with excellent speed. Duffy Lewis, 1 for 3 with a run batted in, stands in. New York fans a little bit gobsmacked here. Myers sets the target, sets up a little bit outside from Lewis. And here's the delivery from Marquard. And couldn't have scripted that better. They're going to give the intentional walk to Duffy Lewis, and that will bring up Harry Hooper. So they're going to pitch around Lewis to face Hall of Famer Harry Hooper, who's 1 for 2 in the game. 1 away. Corners in, curiously, so looking for bunt from Harry Hooper. You'd think they'd be trying to go for a double play situation to get out of the inning, but let's see. And Red Ames into pitch now, so Marquard is done. Ames in our World Series is 1-0 and has struck out exactly 1 batter. He worked a third of an inning and picked up a win. Red Ames to finish his warm-up pitches now. And the delivery to Harry Hooper. Hooper swinging away. Soft fly ball to center. Coming in on it is Bills Becker. So 2 away, Gardner at second, Lewis on first, and here's catcher Bill Kerrigan. Kerrigan wearing the collar, cousin. He is 0 for 3. Ames fires it in, the 1-0 delivery. Kerrigan, this ball is going to get away. The ball is getting away from Chief Myers, and the runners move up. Looks like that one is going to be scored. A wild pitch. The Giants in serious trouble here. Ames needs to shut it down here. From the stretch to Kerrigan. Payoff pitch. Kerrigan swings. Hard grounder to short. And nice play by Art Fletcher to get the 6-3 side retired. But the Red Sox, with 2 more runs, is tied in at 7. 7th inning stretch time here. Big Clue saying, all right, Legend Sports has to get back to work, but thank you for coming in, my friend. So what a ball game. We are tied at 7. And here is Buck Herzog. 0 for 2. New York leading 13 hits to 9. Game tied. New York with 2 errors. Game falling apart a little bit. Buck O'Brien has stayed on in relief of Smokey Joe Wood. He's worked 2 1/3 innings. He's walked 1, struck out 2. Buck Herzog, 0 for 2. Kerrigan sets the target. O'Brien with the 1-2 pitch to Herzog. Here it comes. Herzog swings, and this is sinking liner to left. This is going to get down for the 14th Giant base hit in this game. Big cheer going up around the Polo Grounds for Josh DeVore. Pinch hitting. DeVore in the series is 1 for 2 with a run batted in. Herzog at first, good lead. Nobody out. The 1-0 delivery. Runner goes. Throw down, they got him. So Herzog caught stealing, 1 away, bases empty. DeVore back in the box. O'Brien winds. The 1-1 pitch to Josh DeVore. DeVore swings, grounder to short. Wagner up with it. And the 6-3 put out as is thrown easily onto Jake Stahl, or accurately I should say. 2 away, and we're back at the top of the Giants order. Fred Merkle, who is 1 for 4 in today's contest. O'Brien rears and fires to Merkle. The 1-1 pitch. Merkle swings, high fly ball, left field. And going back on it and making the play is Duffy Lewis. So the Giants go quietly. They did allow a runner, but the caught stealing, they face the minimum. We go to the top half of the 8th inning, and it is 7-7. Boston looking to take a 3-1 lead in this. New York hoping to even it up at 2-2. Charlie Hall now will step in as a pinch hitter. Hall in our World Series replay, 2 for 4 with a run batted in. Am I joining the clergy? Actually, big clue. Since you know a bit about the Orthodox Church, I'm a chanter. So I am actually minor clergy, but I am actually a tonsured chanter in the Orthodox Church. So too late, I have joined the clergy, as a matter of fact. All right, we've seen Jeff Tesreau quite a bit in our Ned McGreevy League. Tesreau making his first appearance in our 1912 World Series replay. Charlie Hall, pinch hit duties here. O'Brien waits on deck. We'll see if Boston pinch hits for him. Tesreau finishing his warm-up pitches, and he is ready to go. Here's the pitch to Hall, and Hall, little chopper down to Fred Merkle, who takes it to the bag himself. 1 down, and we will indeed see a pinch hitter for O'Brien, and that is Clyde Engel. Engel in the series is 2 for 2 with 2 runs batted in. Jeff Tesreau into his windup. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Tesreau swings, base hit, left field. Boston picking up its 10th base hit. So both teams now in the double digits in hits. This one becoming a real slugfest. No home runs in this game, but 7 runs for each team. And again, the Giants at one time holding a 7-0 lead through 4. Back at the top of the order now for the Boston 9 and Jake Stahl, who's 2 for 4 with a run batter in. Clyde Engel, decent lead off at first. Tesoro with a check of the runner. Peers in, has the sign from Myers, sets and delivers the 1-1 pitch. And Stahl showing bunt. That went in there for a strike. Tesoro ready to work again. 2-2 delivery. And ground ball right to first. Merkel had to take 3 steps and makes the unassisted quit out. 2 down. Engel at second now in scoring position, so the go-ahead run for Boston. And that brings up Olaf Henriksen. So we have a Viking at bat apparently, and he is nothing for 1, so not a lot of pillaging for Olaf here. Tesoro peering over his right shoulder, checks Engel. Engel about 2 steps off first. Now Tesoro wheels and deals the 3-1 delivery to Henriksen. Henriksen lays off and draws the walk. 2 Red Sox aboard, 2 down. And Tris Speaker comes to the plate. Speaker 2 for 4 on the run batted in. Tesoro looking to shut it down here. 2 away, the delivery to Speaker, the 0-2. And this one lofted to left, shouldn't be a problem. And indeed it isn't. Fred Snodgrass makes the catch. Side retired, 2 base runners, but the Red Sox do not capitalize. We go to the bottom of the 8th. We are knotted at 7th. We will see Fletcher, Myers, and Doyle due up for the Giants. Ray Collins will come in now in relief for the Red Sox. Collins is 1-0 in our World Series replay. 2 innings work, gave up a hit, struck out 1. Kerrigan sets the target for the southpaw as he finishes his warm-up pitches. And the payoff pitch coming in now to Art Fletcher.
Strike 3.
Fletcher looks at a called strike 3 in the outside corner. It's a nice fastball by Ray Collins for out number 1 here in the 8th. Chief Myers now, 2 for 3, 3 runs batted in for him. Collins peers in, twirls the ball behind his back. Now the lefty fires the 3-0 to Myers. Myers takes outside, ball 4. 4 straight pitches. And here we go. Doc Crandall now to pinch hit. So McGraw also going to his bench. Crandall 0 for 3 in this World Series replay. Myers will pick his spots to steal, but probably not against Kerrigan. Collins into his wind, the 0-1, routine fly ball to right, and ranging in on it is Harry Hooper to make the catch. 2 away, John Myers returns to first. That's Chief Myers to you and me. And here's Red Murray, 2 for 4, 2 runs batted in for Murray. Right fielder waiting for the Ray Collins delivery. Here it comes. And this ball gets away from Bill Kerrigan. That's a wild pitch. Chief Myers ends up at second. Go-ahead run in scoring position for the New York Giants. Murray back in. The 1-2 delivery at Murray. Soft fly ball out to right field. And Harry Hooper, showing superb range, will make the catch. Side retired. New York gets a walk, but nothing else, and we go to the top of the 9th. It's anybody's ball game now. 7-7. Larry Gardner, Duffy Lewis, Harry Hooper due up for the Boston Red Sox. Tesoro, in an inning of relief, has walked a batter. 1 for 3 for the Red Sox third baseman with a run batted in. Tesoro peers in, has the sign from Chief Myers, the 0-2 delivery to Larry Gardner. Gardner swings and misses. It's a little fastball action from Jeff Tesoro, picking up his first K. 1 away for Duffy Lewis. Duffy Lewis, 1 for 3. He has a run batted in. And looking around the field, we see Heine Groh now playing second for the New York Giants. Of course, we're used to seeing Heine Groh in our other projects at third base. Tesreau deals now the 1-2 pitch to Lewis. Duffy Lewis swings and misses. Steer right 3. So Tesreau dispatching of 2 batters, 2 down for Harry Hooper. Harry Hooper 1 for 3. Tesreau into his wind and the 1-1 pitch to Hooper. Hooper swings, soft grounder to second. And Heine Groh making the throw on to Fred Merkle. The inning is over. The Red Sox go in order. We go to the bottom of the 9th, and the score is 7-7. Todd B. Who's Heine are we seeing, and does Ken know about it? Even to you, Todd. RGL Network. Big Clue and RGL Network. In Big Clue, speaking to one another. Nice. RGL Network telling Big Clue that in his 1988 replay, his Cincinnati Reds, Big Clue's Cincinnati Reds, will be on tomorrow night. So tune in RGL Network and his replay of the 1988 baseball season. I'll have to catch it after the fact because I have to work too damn late tomorrow night to catch it live. But always good to see Robert streams, and he has the best crowd reactions ever. And for those of you who've never been to RGL Network's channel, and that's probably only 2 of you in the entire sports gaming community, I don't want to spoil the surprise, but it's a lot of fun. Robert very engaged with the chat. Doesn't miss a trick out there. All right. So Tilly Schaefer will pinch hit here for New York in the bottom of the 9th. Nothing for 2. If we get a runner on, we'll go to pitch by pitch. Kerrigan sets the target. Ray Collins with the 2-2 pitch now to Tilly Schaefer. Schaefer swings and a big swing and a miss. That fastball for strike 3. 1 away. And here's number 7 hitter, Fred Snodgrass. 2 for 4 for Fred in today's game. He is 4 for 13 overall, hitting .308. He has no runs batted in, however. Collins deals. Snodgrass swinging on the first pitch. Grounder to second. No trouble, though, for Engel. Throwing on to Jake Stahl for out number 2. Can Buck Herzog walk it off here? Short enough porches here, it could happen. Even in dead ball, home runs did happen. A 1 for 3 for Herzog. Collins pitching with 2 out. Payoff pitch now to the first baseman. Herzog swings, high fly ball. Speaker coming in fast on this one and makes the play. And we have free baseball. The Giants go in order, and we go to the 10th. Bill Kerrigan will lead it off here. Kerrigan, nothing for 4 in the game. Tesreau, through 2 innings, has struck out 2 and walked 1. Tesreau ready to deliver. George Burns into play left field for the Giants now. 3-0 pitch to Kerrigan. Kerrigan takes this one outside. Ball 4. The go-ahead run aboard for the Sox here in the top of the 10th. Probably in a little while, not tonight, but we'll be revisiting our replay the 1909 World Series Pirates and Tigers. But who knows when those are going to come up, just like this one. All right, Kerrigan into his lead at first. Nobody out. And here is Marty King. Marty King making his first plate appearance in this series replay. Tesreau checks the runner. King showing bunt and misses. Count 0-1. We'll go to pitch by pitch since it is a bunt situation. Tesreau with a check of the runner. Here's the 0-1. King showing bunt. Gets it down. It's a good one. And Herzog comes in and makes the play to first. So the sacrifice, Kerrigan now in scoring position for Clyde Engel. Clyde Engel 1 for 1 in the game. 3 for 3 overall in our series with 2 runs batted in. This has been a great story of a Red Sox comeback, but it is not over yet. Tesreau delivers now, and Engel throwing the strike. Tesreau now fires it in. Engel cuts and misses. 2 down. So Tesreau now with 3 whiffs. Kerrigan remaining at second. Here's Jake Stahl, 2 for 5, a run batted in. Tesreau has the sign for Myers working quickly as he checks Kerrigan at second. The 1-2 delivery to Stahl. Cut on. Oh, great play by Merkel. Merkel onto Tesreau for the 3-1 putout. Inning over, a walk, and that's it. And we go to the bottom of the 10th. New York and Boston tied. So Art Wilson, 0 for 1 overall in our series replay, and making his first plate appearance today. Wilson, average contact hitter. Ray Collins with 2 strikeouts and a walk through 2 innings of relief. He winds and fires. Payoff pitch to Art Wilson. Wilson, grounder to short. Wagner slow coming up with this ball, but they do just get him. So they get Wilson by a step. Back to the top of the Giants order now, Fred Merkel, who's 1 for 5. Kerrigan sets the target. Collins with a delivery to Merkel. Merkel swing on the first pitch, base hit into center field. Speaker up with it. Merkel making the wide turn at first, and he will hold there. Not wanting to run on the the Gray Eagle. I don't know why I keep saying Golden Eagle. Art Fletcher now, 1 for 3. Merkel good speed at first. Collins checks the runner, the wind, and the pitch. And there goes Merkel, the throw down, and they got him dead to rights. So caught stealing, 2 down. McGraw trying to make something happen here for the New York Giants. Fletcher back in the box. And the 2-2 delivery, I should say, to Fletcher. Fletcher swings. High fly ball to center field, and Speaker had it played perfectly. Side retired. So New York manages a hit, and that is all, and we go to the top of the 11th, and we are not at 7. We might not have to worry about doing a doubleheader tonight. Ken Castro would know Golden Eagles is a deraimenting club. You'd be surprised, actually. It's not a typical dead ball game, but you would have games with high scores. What's not typical about it is there's only 2 errors, however. Typically, no home runs. Although Polo Grounds, short left and right field down the line, but going out there to center, probably not going to see a home run. Not with these 2 teams out to center anyhow. All right, who do we have in here? Hick Cady now. He's 2 for 2 with a home run and 2 runs batted in, making his first plate appearance today. Hooks Wiltsey will come in relief now for the Giants. So both managers hitting the bullpens and the bench heavily. Wiltsey making his first appearance in this 1912 World Series replay on Out of the Park Baseball 23. Wiltsey finishing with his warm-up pitches. The delivery of the 2-1 now to Cady. Cady swings, high fly ball to center. Beals Becker has a line on it, or Snodgrass, I should say, and makes the catch. So Snodgrass moving over to center as George Burns is playing left. So Art Fletcher down there at short now, or Fletcher staying at short. So Snodgrass moving over to center. Tris Speaker now batting with 1 down, 2 for 5 with a run batted in. Wiltsey delivers. The southpaw's 1-2 pitch to Speaker, liner to left, and nice play by George Burns to make the nice running stab of that frozen rope. 2 away for Larry Gardner. Gardner 1 for 4 with a run batted in. Southpaw Wiltsey deals the 2-1 to Gardner. Gardner cuts on this one. Little Texas leaguer to right, coming in and making a nice play on that one is Red Murray. So the Boston 9 go in order, and we go to the bottom of the 11th. We are still knotted at 7. Chief Myers will lead it off here in the bottom of the 11th. Myers, 2 for 3 with 3 runs batted in. You bet the end in now to relieve for Boston. And in our World Series replay, he has worked 8 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts with an earned run average of 2.25. Bedian finished with his warm-up pitches, ready to deliver to Myers. The 1-1 delivery to the Giants catcher. Myers swings, grounder to short, and oh, bad throw. So King making the throwing error, and it's an E6, and Myers safe at first. That's the first Boston error of the game. Could it be costly? We will see here in the bottom of the 11th as Heine Gross steps in, making his first plate appearance in our World Series replay. Bedian checks Myers at first and brings it home. The 0-1 delivered. The runner goes. The throw down. They're not going to get him. So Myers with a stolen base and the winning run in scoring position. Should Myers score, New York evens this World Series, but you can't take anything away from the Boston Red Sox coming from behind 7-0 to tie it at 7. Bedian delivers now the 0-2 delivery to Heine Groh. And he goes down on strikes. Swing and a miss. Looks like he chased a bad one there. Red Murray now batting with 1 down. Myers holding station at second. Red Murray has 2 runs batted in this game. He's 2 for 5. Bedian fires it in. And this one, intentional walks. They're going to walk Red Murray. And here is Moose McCormick. Moose McCormick, he should come up. We already mentioned the Fred Snodgrass incident in 1912, and Moose McCormick had some words to say about that. So Snodgrass unfairly tagged as the old-fashioned way of referring to the GOAT. Didn't mean the greatest of all time back in those days, did it? McCormick making his first plate appearance now. Bedian works with 2 runners on. Myers at second, Murray at first. 1 away here, bottom of the 11th. Giants looking to even up this series. Bedian delivers to McCormick. The 1-2. McCormick lines this one to left, base hit. And this game is over as the Giants win it in extra innings. 8-7, Moose McCormick with the walk-off RBI. What a great ball game. So the Giants clip the Red Sox 8-7. So here we go. Handed an opportunity to take a commanding lead in the World Series. The Red Sox could not close the deal. Game 4 went into extra frames, and the 1912 Giants emerged victorious, taking an 11th inning walk-off win. The final score of 8-7. So New York catcher John Myers went 2 for 4 with 2 doubles, 2 walks. He scored 3 runs, drove in 3 in the win at the Polo Grounds today to bring the Giants back to parity. So these clubs now tied with 2 games apiece and this best-of-7 series. The clutch at bat came in the bottom of the 11th when New York pinch hitter Moose McCormick facing Hugh Bedian had a run-scoring single, giving the Giants the 8-7 win. So what's important in this one, though, really you can't take anything away from the Red Sox, though they came up short. They fought back hard. So series tied at 2 for the victorious 1912 New York Giants here in Game 4. 8 runs, 16 hits, 2 errors. For the Red Sox, 7 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. All kinds of stuff that we could go over here, but pretty crazy stuff. And series MVP will go to Chief Myers. Have to agree with that one, but you can't take anything away. Each team using 4 relievers. Smokey Joe Wood, Marquard starting the game. Buck O'Brien came in, worked 3 1/3. Smokey Joe Wood only went 3 2/3, so a very rare bad outing for him. Giving up 11 hits and 7 of New York's 8 runs. O'Brien came in, worked 3 1/3, as I said. Ray Collins worked 3, and then by the end, tagged with the loss, a third of an inning. And so he goes to 0-1 in the series. Marquard fared a little better than Smokey Joe Wood, at least in terms of innings pitched. He went 6 1/3. However, he gave up all 7 of the Boston runs. Red Ames and then Jeff Testro hooks Wiltsey, gets the win, working an inning, and he is 1-0. And we're going to go ahead and jump out of this game. So the Red Sox won game 1 3-2. They also won game 2 4-3. Giants won 3-2 in game 3, and now 8-7. So all 1-run victories. The first 2 by the Red Sox, and then games 3 and 4 for the Giants. And there we go. So that does it, and we're going to return to the Out of the Park main screen so I don't accidentally hit the wrong button. So there we go. Hope you guys had some fun. All right, thank you, RGL Network. He says, great call. See you next time. Be looking for you too, man. Whew. All right. Hope you guys had fun. I know I did. Clinton Parks coming in with top of the ninth. Jimmy Collins fails to call time, steps out of the box. Amos Rusi, the Hoosier Thunderbolt, strikes him out. Collins argues, and he asks to grab some bench. Well done. Well done. All right. The Cubs or Bears coming in. Beatles would say Moose got good wood on that last hit, or maybe hardwood. Indeed, getting that from, right, so Ernie Harwell always talks about somebody getting good wood and the body rigid. And yeah, I kind of find it a little bit disturbing. So there we go. That's it. Not sure if Robbie Wartburg, if he is uploading a 1914 Federal League game or not. Good wood is indeed a blessing at all times. At all times. Yep. Put a smile on your woman's face. So there we go, man. A win is a win. You could say it was bad for the AI, but you would again, that would be something, these relief pitching wasn't as you know, World's Worst Gamer, because you play back in this era too. It's not exactly, the relief pitching wasn't sort of the way we look at it now. So yeah, I mean, a win's a win. But the Red Sox fought hard. Got to give them credit. Man, you got to give them credit, huh? Morning wood is a blessing. Wood, yep. And Robbie says, have not done anything yet. Not sure what that means. Clinton Parks, thank you. He says, nice listening. Good game for you. Butler, 6. Philadelphia, 4. U Duffy's double in the top of the 7th proved to be the game winner. Clinton Parks is cranking out Ned McGreevy League. Big, big, big time. So, loving it, loving it, loving it. So, everybody coming in and having a good time. What time is it? It's 10:40 something or other? Good grief, man. I don't have to be at work till 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, right? Clinton Parks is just killing it. He's killing it, so it's going to be awesome. I asked Robbie, and he did it, but he's not telling anybody any results, including moi. So I've asked Robbie to autoplay the Diamond Mine version to the end of the regular season. So the night of our final game of the Ned McGreevy for our warm-up show, hopefully if I can please convince Robbie this one time to, if he will please, I'm saying please, we'll come on the mic and just talk about Diamond Mine, rather than just putting it in a Discord. I think it'd be really nice, because I think we'd like to, see some results. Maybe the guys might have some questions for you. So, Robbie, hope you will do that. Then we will play the final game of the Ned McGreevy League when that comes up. We're getting down to it. And then we're going to simulate a couple days off, and then we'll have our 3-game World Series. And speaking of that league, we are going to jump into it right now and have a look at what's going on. Let me shut down Steam, and let's bring up our Ned McGreevy League, just to remind ourselves of where we are, since we haven't played McGreevy in a couple days. Here's our, not the 9 o'clock Heresy League, and is it the Triclavians that won the other day? I have no idea. Still playing exhibitions in this one. All right. Moving back to our Ned McGreevy League, let's just see what's going on. Oh, and I need to fix the stream. Hang on. So that this will go back to Action PC. There we go. All right, that was set for Out of the Park Baseball. So Manchester 3 games in front at 74 and 59. Cleveland 3 games out at 71 and 62. Philadelphia at 69 and 64, 5 games back. Butler 68 and 65, along with Providence. They are 6 games out. Liverpool 7 back. Bellingham 8 back, and 1 game below 500. Carolina and Arsenal 10 back, each 8 games from elimination. And then St. Louis bringing up the bottom at 54 and 79. So coming down to it, gents, we are getting down to it. Robbie Wartburg telling me the screen's back. Yeah, for Out of the Park Baseball, I have it as, I set it up differently than I do for this, because Out of the Park Baseball, I don't have to worry that it's missing other windows. So thank you, Robbie. Let's see. For the Ned McGreevy League, we have Liverpool at Manchester, Arsenal at Butler, Bellingham at Providence, Philadelphia, Carolina, Cleveland at St. Louis. Wow. Almost tempted. A lot of this is going to be spoiler baseball now coming up. So every game counts, of course. But I'm going to be a nice guy. Let you guys know who else might be doing some streamage right now besides yours truly. Looking. So we have somebody named Dan, Almost All Sports Replays. Don't know him. He's got a lot of viewers, it looks like. So doing some Action PC baseball. So don't know if you guys know this person. I might have to listen in later on. So nobody doing anything right now, except Antonelli Baseball, but he's not a sports and gaming channel. So just letting you guys know. All right. Cubs Bear says, thanks for the OTP Out of the Park Baseball game. To me, it's still the gold standard. I love it. Oh, we get Clinton Parks. Love to get Clinton Parks in on a broadcast some night. I think that would be brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So I still love Out of the Park Baseball to Cubs to Bears. Don't ever doubt that. I think the 2 must-buys in digital baseball are Action PC and Out of the Park Baseball. If you have the money and could do the other 2, adding in Diamond Mind and Baseball for Windows are good things too. But yeah, I really think these 2, for me anyhow, are the elite. I think this game there's a lot more it's easier to do in terms of customization, but great stuff. I mean, I could have certainly done the Heretic League and Out of the Park Baseball, but it would have been a lot more work. All right. None of these matchups look good. So we're going to do another game, and I think we're going to do, I don't know. Let's do Philadelphia, Carolina. Why not? So, Philadelphia at Carolina, and let's play it. Carolina versus a lefty. Oh, so it's Mathewson. Okay, so Mathewson. So we got to pick, where are we on with righties? Number 5. Okay, let's look at the rotation here. Young, Willis, McGinnity, Hahn. And let's look at pitchers. So Cy Young, Willis. Looks like it's going to be Vic Willis. Yeah, I know the lineup's not complete. Yes, I know. Oh my God. Thing's crazy. It's worse than a woman. Vic Willis and Christy Mathewson. Should be a fun one. Here we go. Oh, let's switch to replay stats. There we go. Todd B says, I had an ejection in Action PC last night, and Jim Spencer was tossed for a 6-game suspension. Oh, unfortunate. Cousin Ken Castro says, because of extreme cold in New Hampshire, the Ken and Clinton meetup at Sabre will not happen. Oh, that sucks. But let's talk about April. Is it April, Ken? In Cooperstown, right? So, guys, we'll talk about that maybe through the game. A chance for maybe a little meetup in Cooperstown, New York. All right, welcome to the ballpark, Griffith Stadium, for today's game between Philadelphia and Carolina. Christy Mathewson takes the mound for Philly. He has 34 starts in the year, and he is 20-12 with an overall ERA of 2.07. This will be his 5th start against the Carolina Crackers, and he's 1-3 with a 2.61 earned run average. And taking the mound for Carolina will be Vic Willis, 29 starts in the year, and he's 10-17 with an earned run average of 2.68. This will be his 4th start against the Philadelphia Quakers, and he is 0-3 with a 2.88 earned run average against them. 85 degrees at game time. Wind speed 6 miles per hour out to right center field, and we have a light rain falling, so a little bit humid here today at Griffith Stadium, and the man in blue says,
play ball!
All right, and here we go. The Quakers coming into this game at 69-64, and the Crackers at 64-69. Doesn't Sabre realize it gets cold in New Hampshire in the winter? All right. So here we go, and we just need to make sure our options are all set, and indeed they are. Let's do it. All right, Farrell sets up the target. Vic Willis ready to deal now to George Van Haltern, who's hitting .248 in the season. A home run, 32 runs batted in, as Robbie Wertberg says, yay, a doubleheader. And let's just advance this thing ahead. There we go, good. All right, Willis with the delivery. And it will be coming in a second as the game does its opening stuff. Here's a delivery to Van Haltern. God, this feels so slow compared to out of the park. Grounded to short, Donnie Bush up with it. And the throw to Luteris for out number 1. All right, 1 away. Yeah, the pace is so different. So this is going to be more relaxed. Nice. George Davis now batting from the left-hand side. The shortstop hitting .207. 3 dingers, 40 ribbies. So welcome to our Ned McGreevy League. Those who have been following it, Cousin Ken Castro and I thank you wholeheartedly for giving this project some attention. Very, very happy to see it. Vic Willis winds and fires. George Davis is plunked by Willis, so we have a hit batsman here. Runner aboard for Philadelphia, and Philadelphia, a dangerous team. You don't want to make any mistakes with them. And here's Eddie Collins. Collins hitting .250 with 40 runs batted in, including a home run. Davis at first with 32 steals on the season. Farrell, decent arm behind the dish, but Davis has some good speed. Collins, excellent bunter. Vic Willis into his windup. First pitch swinging. Oh, Eddie Collins. That one called strike one in the outside corners. Davis unable to get a good jump. He started to go to second. Willis with a pretty good move at first. Count 0-1 on Eddie Collins. Here is the pitch, and there goes Davis. Farrell up with it, the throw down to Donnie Bush, and George Davis is gunned down on the pitch out. So 2 away, bases empty. Eddie Collins back in the box. The 1-1 delivery by Vic Willis. Fastball swung on, and this one lined to left, and Zach Wheat makes the put out. So Zach Wheat we got to see a couple days ago in our Not the 9 o'clock Heresy League. I'm still playing in exhibitions, but Zach Wheat jacking 2 home runs in that game. All right, Mathewson now to face Fielder Jones. Fielder Jones in the season hitting just 193, has 20 runs batted in, bases empty. Big Six fires it in, the 0-2 delivery. And Fielder Jones, this one on the inside corner, side retire. Oh no, that's 1 out, I'm sorry. Larry Doyle now. Now I've got to slow down from out of the park baseball. Larry Doyle, 274, 2 home runs, 29 runs batted in. Bottom of the first. Mathewson kicks and delivers. 2-2 pitch to Doyle. Doyle swings, fastball, and this one past a diving Eddie Collins into center field. Roy Thomas up with it. Doyle making the turn at first as Thomas gets the ball back into Davis. Larry Doyle with 27 steals, and that brings up Wahoo Sam Crawford. Surprisingly, dismal season for Sam Crawford, hitting only 259, 3 home runs, 49 runs batted in. Matty checks Doyle at first. Doyle with 27 steals. Big Six brings it home now. Crawford. And here's the throwdown from Myers to Davis, and Doyle picks up 28. His 28th pilferage, as it were. The 1-0 delivery now from Mathewson to Crawford. And Sam Crawford drawing the free pass. So Matty pitching with 2 on, 1 down. And Zach Wheat hitting at 292. Let's double check that. Doesn't look right. I was right. 282, 3 home runs, 48 runs batted in. Acquired from the Brooklyn Dodgers. Matty delivers to Zach Wheat. The 0-1 delivery. And Zach Wheat swings. This one lined to short and into the glove of George Davis. So 2 down, and Heine Groh, who we saw playing for that 1912 Giants squad. Groh hitting 256, 49 runs batted in. Doyle at second, Crawford at first. Big Six with the 1-2 delivery. Fastball. And this will be a base hit into left field. Van Haltren up with a Doyle rounding third. And Doyle will come in to score. And just like that, Carolina scoring its first run. So 1-0. Crawford at second, Groh at first, 2 down as Donnie Bush strides to the plate. Bush hitting 237, a home run, 33 runs batted in the season. Matty kicks and fires. The 3-0 pitch to Bush. His changeup. And Bush is not biting as Matty tried to pull the string. And the bases are loaded for Carolina, and that brings up catcher Duke Farrell hitting 250, 37 runs batted in. Fred Luderus waits on deck. No place to put Farrell. Big Six with the 3-1 pitch. This is the fadeaway. And Farrell lays off the fadeaway, and a run is walked in. Sam Crawford will trot home, and Mathewson and Philadelphia find themselves down 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. And here's Fred Luderus. Cousin Ken should be a fan of Fred Luderus. Luderus hitting the 194, a home run and 30 runs batted in. I'm almost tempted to say that Luderus is hitting, well, is being ludicrous, but I won't. Oh, no, wait, I did. Here is the delivery with the bases loaded from Christy Mathewson, the 0-2 delivery to Luderus. Luderus swings, fly ball. This one out to center field. Roy Thomas has it measured, camps under it, and brings it down. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. They leave them loaded. We've played 1. It's Carolina 2, Philadelphia nothing. Here at the top of the second, we will see Bill Joyce, Mike Tiernan, and Chief Myers. Bill Joyce hitting just 182, 5 home runs, 43 runs batted in. Vic Willis in this game has neither struck out nor walked a batter. He delivers the 1-1 pitch. Joyce swings. This one sent out to center field, and Sam Crawford and Jones conversion. Crawford calling off Jones, and Crawford catches it in right center field. So 1 up, 1 down for Mike Tiernan. Tiernan hitting 246, 3 home runs, 27 runs batted in for Mike. Bats from the left. Willis delivers. Full count payoff pitch to Tiernan. Tiernan, high fly ball to center field. Sam Crawford show for out number 2. So Wahoo Sam making a great catch for the first out and making it look routine for the second. And that brings up Chief Myers, 216, 3 home runs, 43 runs batted in. Willis with the 1-0. Curveball to Myers, swung on, chopped to short. No, Heine Groh making a diving stop, gets up in plenty of time to throw to Fred Luderus in the 5-3 putout to retire Myers and the side. No runs, no hit, no errors. Nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the second. It's Carolina 2, Philadelphia nothing. Philadelphia very much in this race. Vic Willis now to bat, and then back at the top of the order, fielder Jones, Larry Doyle. Willis hitting 137 on the season. He is batted in 2. Mathewson with 1 strikeout, but 3 walks in the game. Light rain continuing to fall here at Griffith Stadium. Temperature 85 degrees. Matty deals the 1-2 delivery. Fade away to Willis. And Willis lines this one to center, and Roy Thomas makes a great play. Diving stop on that. So center fielders making some great plays here today in our ball game. Just underway, really. Fielder Jones is nothing for 1. He struck out back in the first. Matty delivers to Jones, the 0-1 delivery. Fastball to Jones. Jones gets the bunt down. Myers pouncing on this ball, throws to Collins on the play. Score that one, 2-4, 2 down. Larry Doyle, 1-for-1 now, singled up the middle. Steps in the box. Matty has the sign from longtime battery mate Chief Myers. Here's the 0-2 delivery to Doyle. Doyle swings. This fly ball going out to left field. Back on it is Mike Tiernan at the wall. Van Haltren out there playing today. And Doyle's going for 3. Here's the throw, the cutoff man Davis. Davis not in time with his throw to third. And Doyle will make it into third. So just to double check myself, Van Haltren out there in left field. We've seen Van Haltren in a number of positions. So Mike Tiernan over and right. Okay, so mea culpa. Sam Crawford now with 2 down. And Carolina looking for some potential third run. That's just 90 feet away. Wahoo Sam walked his last time up. Matty deals to him. Count even. Crawford swings. Fly ball to left. Van Haltren coming in on it. And in shallow left field. Makes the play. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. A runner left. 2 gone here in the District of Columbia. And it's 2-0 in favor of Carolina. Wondering, World's Worst Gamer, wondering if Fielder Jones is a good fielder. Some kind of simulated plater in the field instead of rectangles. All right. Well, we will continue to wonder. I'm not sure, Todd. Not quite sure. Ken Castro. Let's take a little break here. Ken Castro says for the April, it's Society for American Baseball Research Day nationwide. Todd B. Each chapter tried to schedule something. Okay. So I thought we were talking about the, or on the 4th. I thought we were talking about the Cooperstown. There's going to be one at Cooperstown. Yes, there is. That's going to be awesome. I'd like to try to see if we can coordinate at least some of our East Coasters. Maybe we can get Steve Tate to fly in. April, Cooperstown, New York. I mean, come on, guys. Saber and the Baseball Hall of Fame and a bunch of baseball nerds like us. You can't beat it. All right, Henry Larkin will lead it off here for Philadelphia. We're followed by Roy Thomas and then Christy Mathewson. Larkin hitting 251, 2 home runs, 54 or 54 runs batted in. Despite the rain, a pretty good crowd here at Griffith Stadium. Vic Willis lets it go. The 1-2 pitch to Larkin. Curveball, and this one scorched to right field. Larkin going for 2. This one going all the way to the ball. Larkin thought about 3, but the coach flashing the stop sign. So leadoff double for Philadelphia here in the 3rd. Larkin in scoring position, and that brings up Roy Thomas, who is 257 with 29 runs batted in. Larkin at second has pilfered 14 times and pillaged probably even more. Willis comes home with it to Thomas. Oh, the throw back, the spin by Willis, but they don't catch Larkin as he gets back quickly. So Doyle getting the throw, but not in time. Willis comes home with it now. Thomas swings in this 1-2 pitch. Routine fly ball, or should be, to center field. Sam Crawford, can of corn, and Larkin gets back quickly to second. He tags. He's going for 3. Crawford's throw, Groves tag, and Larkin just in. Very, very, very close call. One away, and the potential first Philadelphia run just 90 feet away in Henry Larkin. And here is Matty. Big 6 hitting 238, 18 home runs. Willis from the stretch. And count even on Mathewson. Curveball. Matty swings, chopper to short. Donnie Bush up with it. Bush is going to go to Lewis at first, and Larkin will score. So it is now 2-1 as Mathewson is retired, but a run in, and Philadelphia cuts this lead in half. 2 away, and we're back at the top of the order for the Quakers, and left fielder George Van Halteren, who grounded to short back in the 1st. Bases empty, a run in for Philadelphia. Willis deals the 3-1. Van Halteren laying off of this pitch. Willis missing outside. Van Halteren walks, 32 steals in the season for him. George Davis was hit by a pitch back in the 1st. Willis checks the runner and throws over. Van Halteren dives in just ahead of Lewis tag. Willis does have a very good move to first. Comes home with it now. First pitch swinging is George Davis. There goes Van Halteren, to throw down by Farrell. Bush's tag, and Van Halteren picks up steal number 33. Tying run in scoring position now for Philadelphia here in the top of the 3rd. Davis back in, the 0-1 delivery from Vic Willis, fastball. And George Davis, big swing and a miss. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. And we go to the bottom of the 3rd. It's Carolina 2 and Philadelphia 1. Due up, Zach Wheat, Heine Groh, and Donnie Bush. Zach Wheat lined to short back in the 1st. Mathewson with a strikeout and 3 walks. Matty into his motion in the 0-2 delivery to Zach Wheat. Fadeaway, and this one scorched to 3rd, and Bill Joyce making a leaping grab on that ball. 1 away. So Mathewson's fadeaway pitch that we would know as a screwball, not exactly as sharp as Matty would like it. So stepping in now, Heine Groh playing the hot corner here for Carolina. RBI single scoring Larry Doyle back in the first. Mathewson winds and fires. Groh swings in the first pitch. Fly ball to left. Van Haltren backpedaling on this ball and makes the catch. So 2 away for shortstop Donnie Bush. Donnie Bush walked back in the first. Meyer sets the target. Mathewson comes home with it. The 0-1 delivery. Bush swings, gets the bunt down, and coming in on it is Henry Larkin. Larkin's going to throw to Collins, covering, and Donnie Bush. Wait, this is a bad throw. This one getting away from Collins. And we're not quite sure what happened here. We might have an Action PC baseball crash. No, we do not. So it's a throwing error. However, Bush able to save it. Bush held at first. Duke Farrell now. He walked, and Crawford walked home with the bases loaded. Mathewson throws over, and Bush with 39 steals, back ahead of the tag. Clinton Parks says he's a little slower. If you know who I am, you know what I'm doing. And it's a little slow as in the past 3 days. His horse racing tournaments, he has 2 firsts, 2 thirds, a 4th, a 5th, and a 6th. We're loving it, Clinton. Are you kidding me? He says, okay, children. Another game posted in Discord. Thank you, Clinton. Clinton is just knocking him out. He keeps, I get also those sent to me on Facebook, which are awesome. Let's check it out, guys. Clinton is he's getting it done. Getting it done, getting it done. All right, here's Matty's delivery to Farrell, the 1-2 pitch. Farrell swings as Bush is in motion. Fly ball to left field, but Griffith Stadium will hold this one as Van Haltren at the wall makes the catch. Side retired, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, a man left. We've played 3 at Griffith Stadium. It's the Carolina Crackers 2 and the Philadelphia Quakers 1. Eddie Collins to lead it off here in the 4th for Philadelphia. Collins line to left back in the first. Vic Willis has struck out a batter as well as walking one. It's worked 3 innings. Willis deals now the 0-1 to Collins. Collins swings, gets the bunt down. Farrell on this one like Brown on rice, on to Doyle. And Eddie Collins trying to get something going, but to no avail. 1 away. Bill Joyce steps in. Pre-purchase available, by the way. A little commercial here. Pre-purchase underway for Diablo 4. Pre-purchase and get access to the open beta. I think I might do that this weekend. So for action RPG players, this Diablo game could be the crown jewel. We shall see. It is dark. Everything I've seen, I've watched gameplay. It is absolutely massive. It's the first time a game in Diablo series has gone truly open world, and it looks amazing. And just the trailer, the original trailer that came out for it last year, probably the best cinematic I've ever seen for a game. So I know that others here have, like myself, interest in other types of games. So Diablo 4, and also for 4Xers, tomorrow, releasing on Steam, is Spellforce Conquest of Ao. First time that Spellforce goes to a 4X format as opposed to an RTS action or ARPG hybrid. It looks beautiful. Maybe they're trying to capitalize on the release of the later in the year release in May of Age of Wonders 4. Age of Wonders series is great. All right, so just talking about a couple games. And now back to it. Bill Joyce batting with 1 down. Flied to very deep right center back in the second. Vic Willis with the 2-2 pitch to Joyce. Fastball And this one on the outside corner, 2 down, Vic Willis picking up his second strikeout of the game as Mike Tiernan steps in. He fly to deep left center back in the second. Willis comes home, the 2-0 delivery to Mike Tiernan. Curveball, Tiernan sends this one to center field past Larry Doyle, just under his glove. Crawford gets it into Bush. And Tiernan aboard. So Mike has stolen 14, or 24 in the year, I'm sorry, 24. 2 down, Carolina batter will be keeping a close eye on the Irishman. And here's Chief Myers, 0-for-1. He's grounded to third back in the second. Willis comes home with a first pitch swinging. There goes Tiernan. Farrell with the throw, and they're not going to get him. Mike Tiernan with his 25th stolen base. 0-1 delivery now. Willis comes home with it. And Myers cuts in this little spitball by Willis. Chopper to third. Groh takes the room service bounce. The long throw across the diamond. Myers chugging down the baseline. It's going to be close. And he beats it out. And here comes Tiernan. And Tiernan scores. Tie game. We got to watch that again. That was great. Let us watch that video replay again. So here it comes. So watch Tiernan at second. Myers chops this one down to third base. Tiernan just hanging out there between second and third. As soon as he sees Groh going across to nab Myers, and Myers is just flying down there. Luderus with the stretch has it, and then Tiernan just takes off and scores. And again, this isn't exciting as an out-of-the-park replay, but the throw home by Luderus and the hook slide, and Tiernan just in ahead of it. Philadelphia tying it up here in the top of the fourth. It is 2-2. Good stuff. Todd B says, wow, what a crazy play. You don't see that too often. I think Luderus was just completely just caught off guard. And Tiernan able to score from second on a bunt base hit. So Myers just 8 steals, so actually he's overperforming, just 5 steals last year. Henry Larkin 1-for-1 with a double back in the third. Here's the delivery from Vic Willis, the 0-1. Fastball to Larkin, swung on, and a base hit into left field. Zach Weed up with it. Myers thinking about 3, and they're going to hold up. No, Myers is going. Here's the throw to Doyle. Larkin slides, and he is out. So Henry Larkin getting a little bit greedy there. What could have been a first and third situation is an ending put out with on the outfield assist from Zach Wheat. But Philadelphia ties it up, and we go to the bottom of the fourth, and we are knotted at 2. Christy Mathewson will face Fred Luderus, Vic Willis, and then Fielder Jones. Luderus 1-for-1 in the game, or 0-for-1 in the game. He fly to deep center. Mathewson comes home with it. Luderus swinging on the first pitch. This rope to short, and Davis has it. 1 down. We have seen some strange plays here in this ball game, and still pretty young. Vic Willis now 0-for-1. He is lined to left center back in the second. Fielder Jones waits on deck. Matty delivers to his mound opponent. Fastball. Willis swings. This one up the middle. Eddie Collins. This one gets past Collins and Davis. Seeing eye single into center, and Willis aboard. Vic Willis, not known as a base stealer, and here is Fielder Jones. He is struck out and butted out. 1 away here in the bottom of the fourth. Matty winds and fires the 0-1. Fastball to Fielder Jones, cut on. This one lofted to left, Van Haltren moving back a bit and toward his left. makes the catch. Willis will get back to first. 2 away here. Larry Doyle, a perfect 2 for 2 at the dish today, baseball fans. Single and a triple. Big 6 with the 3-1. Fastball to Doyle. Doyle lays off. This one a little bit outside. Myers wanting that call and not getting it. So here is Sam Crawford. We've talked about Crawford's season. He's hitting only .259. Crawford has walked and flied out. Chance for Crawford to do something big here. Matty winds and fires. The 0-2 delivery to Wahoo Sam. He pulled the string on this one. Little changeup. Crawford sends this one to right field. It has the height, but it does not have the distance. Tiernan ranging over and makes the routine put out. The runs, 1 hit, no errors, and we have played 4. We are knotted at 2. Philadelphia needing to win this game to keep a pace with Manchester. 7 viewers in for a dead ball game, dead ball 19th century game. Thank you, folks. I truly appreciate it. As does Cousin Ken Castro and everybody in here who's helped create this league. Roy Thomas fly to deep left center. Last time up, nobody out. So it's going to be Thomas, Mathewson, and Van Halter do up for Philadelphia. Willis with the delivery, the 3-1 pitch. And Thomas laying off the Willis curveball, this one high. So Thomas aboard, and Frank Thomas with 20 steals, and here's Christy Mathewson. Grounded to short, scoring Larkin back in the 3rd. Thomas leads off first. Willis checks the runner. The delivery now to Christy Mathewson. 0-1 fastball. And this one bunted by Mathewson. Luderus comes in. Luderus will make the throw to Doyle, covering at first, and Thomas will make second. So Mathewson getting it done with a sacrifice. Potential 3rd run for Philadelphia now in scoring position, and Roy Thomas. And that brings up the top of the order again at left fielder George Van Haltren, who's grounded to short and walked. Todd B says, if you're here, hit the like button. Thank you for that, Todd. I appreciate it. Todd always so very good at asking folks to do that. Todd, I'm going to try something. I'm going to remove you as a standard moderator and try to bring you in as a managing moderator. That's a new thing. So hang tight here, brother, while we can test that out. And you are now a managing moderator, so you have a little bit more power than a regular moderator. So there you go. Enjoy it, and thank you. And also for Cousin Ken Castro, I want to do that as well. So you're going to be removed as a standard moderator, and you were added as a managing moderator. Cousin Ken, of course, for helping me in this, but Cousin also pretty good at nabbing people when need be, and Todd B for the likes and everything else. So it's not no slam. It's not any slam on anybody else. I just want to take the managing moderator thing a little bit more slowly. And also, they stay very active in the chat, which really, really helps the channel. Clinton Parks, he says Todd and Cousins are Beatles' new biatches. Oh my God. Todd B says, great, more responsibility. Clinton, oh my God, hang on a second here. Do have to give it to Clinton too, and the reason being Clinton's been a very early supporter of my channel. You're now a managing moderator also, so we have 3 managing moderators now here. I forget what they do, but you do have a little bit more oomph. Go ahead, continue to let a true bench jockey here. I just did. You're a managing moderator. All right, here we go. Van Haltren is nothing for 1, batting with 1 down. He's grounded to short and walked. Willis delivers now to Van Haltren. Thomas the second, the 0-2 delivery. Van Haltren slaps this one to second. Larry Doyle up with it and over to Fred Luderus to retire Van Haltren, and Thomas will make third on the play. So Philadelphia knocking at your back door. The rain has eased off now. The sun trying to peek out here at Griffith. And temperature climbing a little bit as you expect. It's now 87 degrees. Cousin Ken Castro says, thank you, cousin. Honored to be part of this band of malcontents. Absolutely. Best band on YouTube. All right, 2 down with George Davis now. He was hit by a pitch and struck out in the third. Vic Willis works from the stretch, toes the rubber. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball to Davis. Davis swings, bounding ball up the third baseline. Heine Groh coming in on this ball. Up with it, and Davis tearing down the line. It's going to be close, and he is out. They just get him by a step. So Philadelphia strands one just 90 feet away, and we go to the bottom of the fifth, and we are not at a 2. So Carolina here to play some spoiler baseball. Philadelphia sending Mathewson to the mound. And Matty not looking sharp. 1 strikeout and 4 walks. You don't expect that from Christy Mathewson, who last year, coming into the season, struck out 200. And actually, even in this league this year, he has struck out 183 versus 63 walks. So very, very close. But Matty today just off. Nonetheless, scattered 4 hits, touched up for 2 runs, as has Vic Willis. The only other difference, the Philadelphia Quakers with an error. Zach Wheat will lead it off, followed by Heine Groh and Donnie Bush. Zach has lined to short and lined to third in this game. Lefty Wheat waits for Matty's pitch. Here it comes from the legend from Factoryville, PA, the 2-1 fastball. Zach Wheat sends this one to center field. This one high and back at the wall. Roy Thomas will make the grab. 1 down. Groan of disappointment going around Griffith Stadium here as Heine Groh steps in. Groh is 1 for 2. And Groh singled, scoring Doyle back in the first. And back in the third, he flied out. Or I'm sorry, yeah, back in the third, flied out down the left field line. Gave it a ride deeply. Here is the payoff pitch to Groh from Mathewson. Groh lays off. This one in high and tight. And Matty has just walked his 5th batter. Donnie Bush is 0 for 1. He has walked and bunted and was safe in a throwing error. Groh with 15 steals, so exactly on par as he should be in this league file. Matty works now to Bush. The runner does not go. The 1-1 delivery, and Bush sends this one to left field, and Van Haltren should have no trouble reeling this fish in, and he doesn't. And Groh gets back to first. And just as I said that, I was thinking of Shawshank Redemption, and the guys are coming in. You see the cons there. Fresh fish, and one of the guys pantomiming a fishing rod. All right, 2 down here for Duke Farrell, whom Todd has rechristened as Jackie Gleason. He walked, scoring Crawford in that bases loaded situation, and flied to very deep left back in the third. Matty winds and delivers to Duke Farrell, the 1-0 pitch. Farrell cuts on this one, fly ball to right. Tiernan, hardly moving a muscle, makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 6th. We are not at a 2, world's worst gamer. Todd B says he saw Kurt Berglund playing the 77 Boston Red Sox and looked up the roster. They have so much offense and just enough pitching it could be fun to replay a season of theirs. Might not win it all, but Clinton Park says that person pantomiming the fishing rod was Morgan Freeman's son. I did not know that, Clinton. Thank you for that. Christopher Slovic, great to see you too, my friend. There we go. He said he just bought a fog machine last night. Awesome. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So, fog machines, as a musician, there's two types. There's ones with like the really powdery stuff, and I remember I'd be playing keys, and it had that fog machine. One of the bands that I was in had this powder had this kind of, I don't know, it was almost a kind of powdered sugar thing, but it got over my keyboards. But they do look cool. Now, Christopher, what you need is some lasers, man. He says he's using it for intros to a student-teacher's basketball game. Awesome. Sweet, sweet, sweet. They are fun. See if you can grab some lasers from the physics department, Christopher, and then you are ready to rock. Fog machines are cool, though. All right, Vic Willis to face Eddie Collins, Bill Joyce, and Mike Tiernan here. As we are moving through this, we are in game 134 of this Ned McGreevy League. Here's the delivery to Eddie Collins. Collins swinging on the first pitch. Just a little bunt down the third base line, and Heine Groh has to just eat this one. So Collins aboard. 42 steals for Eddie Collins. Philadelphia trying to get something going here. As Bill Joyce steps in, the third baseman has flied out to very deep right center and struck out. Collins, an aggressive lead at first. Willis checks the runner, and Collins does not go. Joyce, that was a late called strike, so 0-1 on Joyce. Collins just not getting a good jump. Dangerous, dangerous runner out there. Willis sets. Collins, big, big lead at first. Luteris kind of trying to keep pace with him there for the possible tag. The 0-1, there goes Collins. Farrell comes up gunning. The throw down to Donnie Bush, the tag, and Eddie Collins picks up steal number 43. Philadelphia once again with a runner in scoring position now with nobody out. Joyce back in the box. Here's the 0-2 from Vic Willis. Change up, and Bill Joyce looks at a called third strike on the outside corner. So Vic Willis, pitching a little bit more like Christy Mathewson should be, picks up his third whiff, and that brings in Mike Tiernan 1 for 2. Tiernan back in the fourth, singled, and then just did this crazy scoring thing at 2 outs with Chief Myers chugging down the line. It was a sight to see. Collins, good lead off of second. Willis peers over his right shoulder, checks Collins, delivers now to Tiernan, and there goes Collins. Farrell gunning down to third. The throw, looks like Collins going to slide. Big cloud of dust, and Collins is safe. Eddie Collins steals second and steals third. Philadelphia not playing around here. Collins with steal number 44. Tiernan back in the box. And here is the 0-1 pitch with 1 out from the stretch from Vic Willis. Tiernan swings this one. Grounder to first. Luteris up with it. And he will get the out, 3 unassisted. But coming in to score, manufacturing that run, is Eddie Collins. It's now Philadelphia 3, Carolina 2. So Robbie Wartburg talking about chicks again, and we will continue. Christopher's basketball theme song, so I can't check it, but you guys can click on that link and have a look. I wish I could, but YouTube doesn't allow channel owners when they're live streaming to click on links. For a good reason. All right, base is empty, 2 down. Here's Chief Myers. And we're going to be getting off the air about the time I usually come on. Isn't that weird? Infield single for Myers, as I was talking about. That scored Mike Tiernan. That was crazy play. Wish we could rewind and see that. So Philadelphia and Carolina tied at that point. Now Philadelphia had 3-2, 2 down, bases empty. Vic Willis with the 1-2 fastball. Cut on, and this one, a comebacker to the mound. Willis getting this scorching grounder off the right side of the bump onto Luderus with the 1-3 put outside, retired. But 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Philadelphia 3 and Carolina 2. And the Crackers will send up Fred Luderus, Vic Willis, and Fielder Jones. First baseman Luderus is flied out and lined to short. Christy Mathewson fires it in. The 2-0 delivery. So Mathewson behind the hitter, base hit into left field. Van Holtren up with it, and Luderus with a clean single. Van Holtren gets it back into Davis. Fred Luderus with just 5 steals, infield in, looking bunt from Willis, who is 1 for 2. Clean seeing eye single back in the 4th. Maddie works now. The 0-1 delivery. Willis gets the bunt. This one will roll foul. Willis back in the box. The 0-2 from Maddie. Willis. This one catching the inside corner. Mathewson gets the strikeout, only his 2nd, and we're in the bottom of the 6th. So 1 away, Luderus remains camped at first for Fielder Jones, who is struck out, bunted to catcher, and fly to deep center. 0 for 3, I said 0 for 2, 0 for 3. Maddie works home to him now, the 1-1 pitch. And there goes Luderus. Myers comes up gunning. The throw down, Davis's tag, and Fred Luderus caught stealing. So 2 away, helping Maddie out a little bit there. Good throw by Myers. Fielder Jones back in the box, the 2-1 delivery. Jones swings, base hit to right, so that caught stealing looms large for Carolina. Ball gets in to Eddie Collins. Fielder Jones has stolen 27 this season. Larry Doyle, perfect 2 for 2. He's single, tripled. He also walked back in the 4th. Meyer sets the target for Maddie. Maddie checks Jones at first, throws over, and Jones ahead of the Henry Larkin tag. Maddie's thrown a lot of pitches in this game. Comes home with it now. 3-0 pitch behind again. The fadeaway misses. Mathewson having serious control problems. He is up to 6 walks, and the Philadelphia manager not here, so we've just got to play it by the rules. Crawford now, nothing for 2 for Wahoo Sam, including a walk, and he's flied out twice. Jones at 2nd, Doyle at 1st, 2 down. Maddie with the wind, the 3-0 pitch. He's behind Crawford. Crawford lays off, and Mathewson could be not sure what's going on with Mathewson right now, but that is his 7th walk. This is not the Christy Mathewson we know. So here's Zach Wheat batting with the bases loaded, 2 away. Zach has lined to short, line to 3rd, and fly to left center. Maddie needs to induce the out here. Nowhere to put Zach Wheat, a dangerous hitter, hitting .280 in the season as of this at bat, with 48 home runs, 3 runs batted in. Maddie comes home with it. The 0-1 pitch to Zach Wheat, and Maddie dropping the hammer, and Zach Wheat sends this one back up the middle. A bounding ball. Davis up with it, and he will go to first. Zach Wheat tearing down the line. It's going to be close. Larkin with the stretch, and Zach Wheat beats it out, and Carolina ties it up here in the bottom of the 6th. It is 3-3. The bases remain loaded, and here is Heine Groh. So the Crackers picking up base hit number 7. Groh walked back in the 5th. He has an RBI in this game. Larry Doyle at 2nd. Larry Doyle with 3rd. Sam Crawford at 2nd. Zach Wheat at 1st. Maddie comes home with it now. 2-2 pitch to Groh. Here's the fadeaway. And Heine Groh sends this one out to center field. And Thomas draws a beat on it. And can of corn for Roy Thomas. Side retired, but 1 run, 3 hits, no errors. We have played 6 here at Griffith Stadium in Washington, D.C., and we're knotted at 3. Speaking of Ken, where the hell is he? He could be rolling up a game or what? I'm not sure. Oh, so Robbie asking why a fog machine will help him. Clinton Parks saying, it'll smooth your skin, Robbie. Women will battle be with you. You'll have that boyish teenage look that women want these days. And, oh, now just let the last one, just that last part, you guys can just read. Oh, no, wait. Of course, Clint Parks talking about knowledge of carnivals. Knowledge of carnivals. Indeed, many, many types of carnivals there are. So we have Cousin Ken Castro, who talks about, of course, one of the grains, if you will. Ken, an aficionado of corn. Corn, C-O-R-N, not the band K-O-R-N. And Clinton Parks, of course, giving Robbie a little history lesson about carnivals and fog machines, and really trying to make the tie here, guys. Yes, Robbie, read the chat, and maybe you can figure out what Clinton was saying. All right. Besides, Robbie, I used to work in carnivals, so nothing wrong with that. Yeah, if you want. You don't want to be a mod anymore, World's Worst Gamer? Okay. Can do that for you. You are now a civilian. All right. Larkin in there now. To lead it off, he'll be followed by Roy Thomas and Christy Mathewson. Larkin has doubled and singled in this game. You're welcome. And here's the pitch, the 1-1 to Larkin, and Larkin base hit into left. Wheat up with it, Larkin making the wide turn at first, and Larkin aboard. Henry Larkin has stolen 14 on the season, and that brings up Roy Thomas, who is nothing for one. He's fly to deep center and walked. Larkin, good lead off at first. Willis with a check of the runner. And there goes Larkin. Farrell comes up gunning. The throw down to second. Bush's tag not in time. 15th steal for Larkin in the game. Not asking you to change, Clint Parks. He says forget about it. All right. Now, do you mean forget about it, or do you mean forget about it? All right. Ken Castro rolling up a game. You don't have to act your age here. Have fun. All right. Back into it now. Todd B says, Luis Tiant pitching tonight in his league. Does he belong in the Hall of Fame? Yes. Yes, 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 and yes. Roy Thomas, nothing for one. And here we go. Nobody out. The 0-1 delivery as Larkin has the steal. Thomas swings. And this one chopped to short. Bush ranging to his left, up with it. And will throw to Luderus at first. And Thomas, this is going to be a bang-bang play. And Thomas is out, but this was close. And Larkin goes to third. And here is, well, Robbie, I would say, if you're asking is being mature better, if you think it is for you, there's nothing wrong with it. You choose to be mature or immature or somewhere in between. All right, Larkin at third, one down. So the potential go-ahead run for Philadelphia now just 90 feet away as Christy Mathewson steps in. So does have an RBI in the second. Would like to get something done for his team here because he's not doing it on the mound. Willis from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Mathewson. Mathewson, a late called strike three, two down. Larkin remains at third. And we're back at the top of the order in left fielder George Van Halteren, who's grounded out twice and walked. As World's Worst Gamer channeling the inner Joker. Why so serious? Van Halteren now waits for the 1-2 pitch from Willis. And Larkin coming down the line, and Van Halteren cuts and misses. 7th inning stretch time. We are knotted at 3. All right, back to action. Click Park saying maturity has its time and place. Like so, dinner with his wife, the theater. He'd say at work, but at the billing office where I work, we use F-bombs like commas. Yeah. Robbie, it's yeah. I mean, but again, it's how you feel you should be. I don't think I don't think it should be dictated for all people. But if you want to be mature, certainly. And I refuse to grow old. I refuse to do it. In fact, I want to live forever, and so far, so good. All right, Donnie Bush will lead. In fact, I'm not serious at work at all, Robbie. One of the reasons why they love me at my job is I'm just constantly, cracking jokes at the customers and things like that, and doing stuff in different accents, and they love it. And it's a chance for me to cut loose and make people be a little less serious, a little less mature. But whatever works for you, buddy, is whatever works, and it's all good. It's all good. Donnie Bush I'm sorry. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. Sometimes the zeros look like ones. All right, anyhow. Mathewson deals now to Bush, the 1-1 delivery, and Bush, comebacker. Mathewson fielding this off the right side of the hill. And for the 1-3 put out onto Henry Larkin to retire Bush for out number 1. So Mathewson somehow, even though pitching far less than Christy Mathewson, keeping Philadelphia in the game as Duke Farrell steps up. And Farrell last time fly to deep right. Mathewson winds and fires. Fastball to Farrell in the 1-1 pitch. This one chopped to Collins at second. Great range. Collins on top of the bag for that ball. Any other second baseman, and Farrell's retired, any other second baseman, and that's through for a single. But Collins making a nice play on that, making it look easy. 2 away for Fred Luderis. He is flied out and lined a single. Matty's 2 out, 1-2 pitch. Curveball to Luderis, and this one a called strike 3. So Matty finally picking up strikeout number 3. We go to the 8th. We are knotted at 3. George Davis, Eddie Collins, and Bill Joyce due up. Todd B says the difference between men and boys is the price of their toys. And upon whom and how you use those toys, right, Todd B? Anyhow, back to game action here. George Davis, 0 for 2. And he was plunked by Willis back in the first, and he's also struck out and grounded out. Here's the delivery to George Davis, the 0-1 by Vic Willis. Curveball swung on, chopped out in front of the plate, and Davis is going to have himself an infield hit. So Philadelphia picking up its 7th hit. And here's Eddie Collins. Collins 1 for 3, including 2 steals today. Collins manufacturing a run for Philadelphia. George Davis has stolen 32 bases, so speed at the plate, speed at first, and nobody out. Great chance for Philadelphia here in the top of the 8th. Vic Willis now throws over. Davis is back. The pitch now to lefty Collins, Eddie Collins, and pitch out, but nothing going. George Davis knows they're trying to hold him close. That was not his pitch. 1-0 delivery now to Willis. Willis throws over. Once again, Davis, nothing moving. Willis once again, 1-0 delivery, throws over. Davis back in time. Typical night. Cousin Ken says, woo, that game was tense, got lost in it. All right, Willis, will he deal it home this time? Yep, the 1-0 to Collins. Collins gets the bunt down. Farrell's only play will be to first with Doyle covering. Davis will make second. So go-ahead run for Philadelphia on at second. And that brings up Bill Joyce. Bill Joyce has struck out twice and flied out. Will Philadelphia squander a chance to break this tie? Willis delivers the 1-2 delivery to Joyce. Fastball. And that is the 6th strikeout by Vic Willis. 2 down. And it brings up Mike Tiernan now. Tiernan scoring Collins back in the 6th. Vic Willis peers in, winds, and the 0-2. Curveball to Tiernan, swung on. Base hit into left field. George Davis rounding third. Zach Wheat up with the ball. And here comes the throw as Davis will make it home. And Philadelphia jumps into the lead here. It is 4-3. But will it be enough? These Carolina Crackers, even though they're 5 games below 500, playing tough. Also taking advantage of the fact that Big Six is not sharp. All right. So it looks like we have 1 vote for Tiant in the Hall of Fame and 2 against. I vote yes. So I think Tiant should be in there. Myers 1 for 3. But again, I respectfully offer that. Myers 1 for 3 in the game. Infield single. We can look him up in Steve Tate's file after this really quickly. Look up Louis Tiant. I know he's in there. Willis throws over. Tiernan back in plenty of time. Lots of throws over to first. Is a very fast Philadelphia team. We have to look at steals, but I've got to say if they're not as fast as Providence, they're pretty damn close. Willis with the 0-1 delivery. Curveball to Myers. Myers swings. This one a comebacker. Oh, Willis, nice play off the bump. On to Luteris to retire Chief Myers. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's Philadelphia 4, Carolina 3. And it's going to be Vic Willis, Fielder Jones, and Larry Doyle. What says Steve Tate? He says no to Tiant. All right, so 1 for and 3 against. Vic Willis 1 for 3, singled back in the 4th. Mathewson staying on out there. Of course, excellent stamina. Mathewson could pitch both ends of a doubleheader. Delivers to his mound opponent. Willis sends the 0-1 pitch, lines this one to left. Van Haltren takes it on the short hop. Vic Willis going for 2. Van Haltren having trouble getting to the ball, but they're going to score that a double. So Vic Willis with the leadoff double. Here we go. Tying run in scoring position for Carolina here in the bottom of the 8th. As Fielder Jones steps in, he is 1 for 4, singled back in the 6th. Mathewson peers in, has the sign from Chief Myers, the wind and the 1-2 pitch. Fade away to Jones. And this one, the ball gets past Myers. There was a swing and a miss. Myers cannot chase it down in time. Jones makes this at first. Willis at third. Fielder Jones with 27 steals in a season. And damn it, this is why I love dead ball baseball. Larry Doyle in now, 2 for 2. Fielder Jones has 27 steals. Infield in, trying to cut off the run at the plate. Will Carolina tie it up? We had an extra inning game in our Game 4 of the 1912 World Series. Red Sox battling back in that one, but you'll have to watch the game to see who actually won. Whew. So, a strikeout and an error on that. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Matty has got his work cut out for him. Larry Doyle, 2 for 2. Single, a triple, and he's walked twice. This is who Matty does not want to see at the dish right now, and that's exactly who he winds and pitches to. 0-2 to Doyle. Fastball from Mathewson. Doyle swings, and this one base hit into right. Carolina ties it up. The RBI scoring Willis. And Doyle will go to second as Jones makes it into third. Jones coming in to score. And that's 2 runs batted in. Now Carolina for the first time. Doyle going for 3. And will Doyle get the triple? Here is the tag out of the cloud of dust. And Larry Doyle hits his second triple of the day. A 2-run triple. And it is now Carolina 5-4. Carolina had the lead in this game from the first inning to the third, and then this game's gone back and forth. Philadelphia could go to 69 and 65. Larry Doyle knocking at the door at third base, and here is Sam Crawford. He has walked twice, flied out, and flied out twice. Mathewson from the stretch, still nobody out. 2-2 pitch to Crawford. And they're going to intentionally walk Sam Crawford to get to Zach Wheat. So let's look at Crawford here in terms of steals. Crawford with 22. Zach Wheat 1 for 4. RBI single scoring fielder Jones back in the 6th. Mathewson into the wind, the 1-0 delivery. There goes Sam Crawford. And the hit and run on Zach Wheat. Base hit. Oh no, Joyce has it. And going back, we've got some craziness here. Joyce making the catch. And the throw. And they get Crawford. So doubled up. Big, big, big play. Wow. So Sam Crawford doubled up. Carolina, World's Worst Gamer says, Carolina wishing they were shown more in the channel. They seem to score runs when you show them. How about it? Is King Kelly running the base paths? Again, every once in a while, that's still kind of an issue with this chalkboard. It will happen. But this game has come a long way. I've seen some really super weird stuff in earlier editions of this. So, all right. Heine Groh 1 for 3, 2 down. RBI in this game. Mathewson from the stretch. The 1-2 to Groh. And Groh base hit into center. RBI as Doyle comes in to score. And Heine Groh pulls into second. Slides and is safe with his 24th double. And it is now 6-4. Carolina as Donnie Bush steps in. Mathewson is as dull can be. 4 strikeouts and 8 walks. And yet again, Mathewson in our replay, 186 strikeouts, 67 walks. Well, Matty just having an off day. Johnson didn't pitch a shutout every time he pitched, and Babe Ruth didn't hit a home run every time he was up. And, you know, there you go. What other analogies can we use? Ken Castro didn't take home 3 Playboy bunnies at a time. On slow nights, it was only 2. Groh at second base, scoring position 2 away. Mathewson deals to Bush. And they're going to intentionally walk Donnie Bush to get to Duke Farrell. Farrell nothing for 3. Matty delivers. 2-0 pitch to Farrell. Farrell swings. And this should get Mathewson out of the inning. Fly ball to center. Thomas moving to his left. Brings it in for out number 3. And we go to the 9th. Philadelphia with 3 chances to make up 2 runs here. Henry Larkin to lead it off here in the 9th for Philadelphia. 3 for 3 today for Henry Larkin. Vic Willis looking for the complete game win. Here's the wind in the 1-1. Change up to Larkin, swung on, This one chopped up the middle. Larry Doyle up with it, and in plenty of time, on to Fred Luteris to retire Larkin for out number 1. 1 away as Roy Thomas steps in the box. He's 0-for-2. Last time up, he grounded to short. Vic Willis kicks and fires. 2-0 delivery. Thomas swings in this fastball. This one line to left. And Zach Wheat will take it on the hop, and Thomas is aboard. Tying run comes to the plate. Christy Mathewson, and again, the home manager not here. So we will see what happens. And we have a pinch hitter. It's Sox Seabold. So the AI will make these calls. Seabold hitting .294 with 3 home runs, 18 ribbies. As a pinch hitter, he's hitting .500 with a solo home run. Seabold kind of, they call him Sox Seabold, and you look at that look in his face, and he's kind of saying, "Where's my other sock?" He has that look. I don't know. All right. 1 down. Thomas at first. Thomas has stolen 20 this season. Willis works now the 0-2 pitch. Seabold swings, and this one a screamer right to Heine Groh, who pulls that one down. 2 down, big out. That definitely would have gone extra bases in the corner here at Griffith. And it's up to George Van Haltren to tie it up here, or try to tie it up. Struck out back in the 7th. Carolina looking to play some spoiler here. Willis throws over. Thomas is back. Willis peers in, has the sign from Duke Farrell, the 1-2. The change up to Van Haltren. And this game ends with a strikeout. And Carolina wins this one 6-4 over Philadelphia. So Philadelphia may just drop a little bit. Let's look at our recap here. Carolina gets the win and improves to 65-69. Philadelphia with the loss goes to 69-65. Mirror images of each other. Carolina 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Philadelphia 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. Vic Willis gets the win and goes to 11-17. Christy Mathewson, tagged with a loss, goes to 20-13. We'll have a quick look at our pitching. So Mathewson went 8, 6 runs, 5 earned, walked 9, struck out 4, an ERA now of 2.16. Vic Willis went 9, 4 runs, all earned, walked 2, struck out 7. So Vic Willis looked a hell of a lot more like Christy Mathewson in this game. And let's go on to miscellaneous. Henry Larkin with an error. Doubles by Larkin, Willis, and Groh. Larry Doyle with a triple. Stolen bases, mostly all Philadelphia. George Van Haltren, Mike Tiernan, Eddie Collins with 2, and Henry Larkin also with a steal. Larry Doyle pilfered 1 for Carolina. Caught stealing. Davis and Luteris. Runs batted in. Mathewson picks up number 19. Chief Myers 44. Mike Tiernan with 2 RBI in the game, and he goes to 29. Zach Wheat gets his 49th run batted in. Larry Doyle with 2 has 31 now. Heine Groh with 2 with 51 now. And Duke Farrell with 38 runs batted in. 2 intentional walks, Sam Crawford and Donnie Bush, both intentionally walked by Christy Mathewson. George Davis was plunked by Vic Willis. Mathewson and Collins each with sacrifice hits. Mathewson up to 6, Collins to 25. Chief Myers with a pass ball. Great plays by Roy Thomas, Bill Joyce, and Heine Groh. Poor plays by George Davis, Larry Doyle. Zach Wheat with an outfield assist. Philadelphia stranded 6. Carolina stranded 13 and still won. Philadelphia with a double play. Game-winning RBI Larry Doyle, and the MVP Larry Doyle. We're going to autoplay the rest of our games and then look at our standings. And then we're done. Yeah, we can still do an all-star game. That's, you want to bring in the, we'll do the 1929 A's. That was who we picked. Yep. So right now, the All-Stars in this game, before we auto out everything, we would see Old Hoss Radbourne as the starting pitcher, Buck Ewing, Dan Bruthers, Nap Lajoie, no surprise, Jimmy Collins, Hannes Wagner, Jesse Burkett, Tris Speaker, and Willie Keeler would be the starting nine in the All-Star game. So I'll look through all the leaderboards, and we'll fill out the rest of the positions. And if you guys want this, we can play this as an actual All-Star game. We can make a lot of fun substitutions. If we could get a couple people to come on and do it as a head-to-head, I think it would be fun to have two All-Star managers. So give that a think, guys. Or if you don't want to do that, we can just set both teams to home and just do substitutions at will. However you want to do it. Or if you want to see how this crew would stand up against the 1929 Philadelphia A's, that's who we voted for in this chat. Did it by poll, and it was 1929 A's. All right, let us auto play, as it saith in Leviticus. It probably doesn't say it in Leviticus, but we can always pretend. And I'm actually going to be getting out of here earlier. I don't know what I'm going to do the rest of the night. Don't have to be at work for 13 and a half hours, but watch me some movies. All right, first up, Cleveland and St. Louis. Let's autoplay it. Cleveland takes care of St. Louis 6-1. Ward gets the win. He goes to 14-8. Corcoran gets the loss. He goes to 14-19. Next, Arsenal and Butler. Butler defeats Arsenal 7-2. Butler going to 68 or 69 and 8. 69-65. Arsenal falls to 64-70. Pud Galvin gets the win. He goes to 22-15. Fisher tagged with the loss. He goes to 11-13. Hardy Richardson went 1 for 2 with 2 steals and 2 walks. Hardy Richardson also the home run leader and has been forever in this league with 11. Carolina and Philadelphia we just saw. Manchester and Liverpool. And Manchester edges Liverpool 1-0. Walter Johnson gets the win. He goes to 17-9. Rube Marquard takes the loss. He goes to 8-10. We saw Marquard in our 1912 game tonight. Walter Johnson with a complete game and just 4 strikeouts. Walter Johnson a little off tonight. Finally, Bellingham and Providence. And Bellingham absolutely spanks the living bejesus out of Providence. 11-1. Hughes gets the win. He goes to 4-7. Sweeney takes the loss. He's 1-2. Delahanty goes 3 for 4 with 2 home runs. That'll be his 8th, 6 runs batted in. Let's look at our standings. Whew. Ken Castro says he has bad mojo about those 29 A's. I think just about anybody would. Robbie, you don't have to ask my permission, buddy. If you want to stream a game, go for it. No matter what I do, you can still stream a game or broadcast a game or whatever, buddy. I told you, don't worry about broadcasting over people. It's okay. Everybody's doing it these days. Birds do it, bees do it, even educated fleas do it. So, no, seriously, bud, if you feel like it. So we've got some teams now down in the single numbers in elimination. So Manchester, Cleveland keeping pace. Here we go again. So Manchester came in tonight 3 games in front, and they stay 3 games in front. They're winning Liverpool, but Cleveland getting the win tonight. So Cleveland, second team to hit the, again, as we've said, the 70 win threshold there at 72-62 and 3 games back. Philadelphia now and Butler 6 games out. So it looks like this race starting to decide itself. Providence 7 games back. Bellingham and Liverpool at 8 back, and they are 9 from elimination. Carolina is 10 back and 7 games from elimination. Arsenal 6 games from elimination. St. Louis hitting the 80 losses threshold. Coming up, the next time that we play will be the usual suspects, and then everything will change up. I don't see any marquee games coming up just quite yet. Looking for another Cleveland and Manchester game, and when that happens, if that happens, that's what we're going to be playing. We do have a Philadelphia and Cleveland game coming up, but that's not going to be until after the next series. So Philadelphia and Cleveland will be good. But this one looks like it's going to be Cleveland and Manchester at this point. Hard to say, as we go into game 135 of the season. We're almost there. As Robbie, I agree, Ken. Yep. Cousin Ken says flew to Kansas City, spent $450 with the 29 A's tournament favors, and finished last. 29 A's, such a great team, though. Robbie says, let me pull up my baseball game crush, Ms. Baseball for Windows. And Ken says, creepy, Robbie. So, oh my goodness gracious. So, fun stuff. Hannes Wagner maintaining his lead now. He's pulled ahead of Keeler and Kelly. So, Hannes Wagner at 50 steals, been one of the few highlights for Arsenal. Willie Keeler at 48, Kelly at 47. Well, Nap Lajoie is just, yeah, and Nap Lajoie is Nap Lajoie, right? Quick snapshot here, just of a few things. Team batting, it's Manchester, then Cleveland, then Providence. Team pitching is Manchester, Philadelphia, and Cleveland. Team fielding, Carolina, Philadelphia, and Butler. So far, the MVP overall, yes, of course, it's Nap Lajoie. It's funny that the man running for the Cy Young Award is Walter Johnson. Todd B. in line as Manager of the Year thus far, but we're not quite done yet. Aaron Reed coming in late. Ken Castro says, Todd, how the hell are you in the finals? Baseball is not fair. That's right. There's no crying. Well, not that Ken's crying, but anyhow, good to see you, Aaron. We did a doubleheader tonight. Todd B. giving us the, you forget John McGraw and I mean all the great managers in the game. Todd says his secret to managing is just scratch and spit. All right, World's Worst Gamer, greeting Aaron and saying that asking Aaron, hope you are well. And we do indeed, not only Aaron, but his whole entourage. Those two entourage. All right, gentlemen. Robbie, you don't have to wait for me, man. Just go ahead. I'm not going to jump off right yet, but go ahead, man. Just do your baseball for Windows. So anybody wants to go over to Robbie Wartburg's house? He's going to be doing a sort of baseball for Windows broadcast in which he interacts with the chat. And I'm going to hang around here for a little bit. Cousin Ken was talking about those 1929 Philadelphia A's. I think we should look at those 1929 Philadelphia A's. But we'll look at them in, as far as, we'll just use Steve Tate's 5-year file to look at them, because we're going to see all those players pretty much. Because I don't think I have the 1929 season installed. Just to look at them, it'll be fun. Right? Right. Since Steve has been taking a break from these, let's see which is the latest version I have of this. I'm probably going to pick the wrong one, right? It doesn't matter. They're in here, whichever one I pick. So, good Lord. You can't play Action PC Baseball without having a billion things loaded up here. All right, looks like the latest one I have from Steve is from December 19th. So let's have a look. And I just picked the National League. I am such an idiot. Sorry about that. Let's do this again, man. I want the bloody American League. And there we go. So the team that was selected for the Ned McGreevy All-Stars to play against, the 1929. So we're going to take this. This is a little interesting here. So let me see. Oh yeah, here it is. Philadelphia A's. So we've got some. Let's go to. I don't know why this is doing replay stats. I'm not doing this as a league. We got Al Simmons, Jimmy Fox, Mickey Cochran, Jimmy Dykes. These guys are just tough all the way up down the line, right? But I mean, for my money, I mean you got Dykes, Cochran, Fox, Simmons. Just a tough team. So good pick, you guys. These 29 Philadelphia A's. Lefty Grove. Lefty Grove, of course, pitching for Robbie's Arsenal team. Actually, I should probably install 1929 because I kind of want to look at their. Let me see. What the hell? I have enough room on the hard drive. Let's install it really quickly and just have a look. It's one of my favorite teams, so why not? Steve Tate's file's awesome. I want to get a better sense of the pitching just for that 1929 year on its, or that 1929 team on its own. And it's installed. I mean, it's going to be close. But I just do want to see. Jesus, they were monsters. So in 1929, the Philadelphia Athletics finished 18 games in front of the New York Yankees. 104 wins, 46 losses. It's just crazy. World's Worst Gamer says the A's team could be said to be 7 starters deep. Talking of the pitching. Yeah, these guys are. This is a wicked team. I mean, look at that crazy stuff. That's nuts. Let's just look at so looking at the starters here. Lefty Grove, of course, clearly the ace, but there you've got George Earnshaw. Let's look at their strikeouts per 9 innings. So I mean, Grove is just wicked, and Steve Tate, when we were talking a couple days ago, was yesterday on his stream, talking about the comparisons between Grove and Rube Waddell, and of course Lefty Grove just hitting or pitching how dominant he was in years in which hitting was just dominant. But what else? I mean, George Earnshaw, Rube Wahlberg. Probably I mean, as far as the starters go, if you just want to go by ERA, Jack Quinn might be the worst, but he went 11-9, if you want to call that worse. And coming out of the pen, you got Eddie Rommel, you got Howard Emke. These guys are tough. Tough. Bill Shores, decent numbers on him. And then, right? Let's, again, sort by games. Jimmy Fox, again, Bing Miller, Al Simmons, Mule Haas, Mickey Cochran, Max Bishop, Jimmy Dykes. He's one of my favorite A's players, too. We have, what, 1, 2, 3. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players at 300, rather 314. Mickey Cochran. Holy moly. Yep. Badass team, man. Badass team. So. All right. Hopefully some people have gone over. Let me check and see if we have a start on Robbie's channel. I really don't want him to feel like he has to wait. I think it's really important that he just do your thing, dude. Do your thing. I'm gonna be shutting off here soon. I just wanted to look at a couple things here with this 1929 A's, and it's good stuff. All right, gents. I guess that's it. So once again, we'll remind everybody. So yeah, we're gonna make Mickey work. Yeah, Cochran, absolutely, right? So let's look at Mick for a second here. Black Mike, come here, Mickey. Come on. Let's bring up his team. Let's bring up his fielding. So he's rated 9 as a catcher, um, and his arm is a 9. So yeah, Mickey's gonna have a lot of work, to say the least. The thing that I find scary, though, not only with the pitching with these Philadelphia A's, and so cool that you guys chose this team, is you've got some crazy power in there, and you got some really really good hitters, really really good hitters in this league. Oh, I miscounted. Did I miscount? I did miscount, didn't I? One, two, three, four. Oh yeah, hell, guys, I'm sorry, I had it all wrong. We have to take out Bevo Le Bourreau, or Le Bourveau, because he was only in 12 games. But so Mule Haas at 313, Cochran at 314, Dykes hit 327, Bing Miller hit 331, Jimmy Fox hit 354, and Al Simmons with 365, and actually hit one more homer than Jimmy Fox. So, oof. But 18 games in front of the Yankees that year. Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, Bing Miller is awesome. Bing Miller is awesome. Now, the fun thing is if we wanted to have some spoilers, Ken, we could actually see how, once we get our all-stars together, see how, kind of a pre to see who's going to hit well against other people. We could do a kind of fun thing and then just see when the All-Star game's played how it works out. So Todd B says Jimmy Fox hit 58 would be a fun project just as a player. Who was it? Yeah, Fox. I think it was 2 rainouts, right? 2 rainouts. Fox. They think that Fox could have tied Ruth, but 2 games were rained out. This is a fun season because these Chicago Cubs were also monsters. They finished 10.5 in front of the Pirates. Sorry, I gotta see who was on this Cubs. So for the Cubs in 1929, you had Rogers Hornsby, who by the way hit 380 and 39 home runs in 1929. You also had Hack Wilson with 39 homers, but Rick Stevenson, um, Kai Kyler, who had a great career both with the Cubs and the Pirates. Who else? We have here Cliff Heathcote. Charlie Grimm is hitting 298. Woody English always seems clutch every time I play. Uh, with these 1920, 19, Cubs teams in the 30s. Gabby Hartnett, of course. Let's look at their pitchers really, really quickly. There's Charlie Root, Pat Malone, Guy Bush. Um, I think a stronger hitting team probably with these Cubs. But this is a fun season. It's a fun season. If I were to do a season replay that would be non-dead ball, it would probably be 1929. But then again, I mean I wouldn't manage Philadelphia or Chicago. I would probably manage like the New York Giants and the Cleveland Indians. I would take a third place team and have fun with it. But yeah, Philadelphia, of course, would win the series 1929, 1930, and then St. Louis would get them in 1931. Yeah, see if Jimmy Fox gets to 60. Todd B said I had those Cubs as a teenager in the league. Lots of offense, not so good pitching. Yeah, Philadelphia's got the edge in pitching, but these are two slugging teams, that's for sure. Anyhow, not fair to keep Robbie Wartburg waiting because he's going to be stubborn and not do a game while I'm on. He's such a good guy, but I don't want him to do that. I don't want him to wait. So I'm going to go ahead and knock out, even though I'm kind of into talking to some more baseball. Guys, thank you very much. It was fun. 3 hours and 20 minutes. See, I told you we're getting them shorter. Thank you for watching the Out of the Park extra innings game. That was fun. We didn't quite get there with this one, but fun nonetheless. Thank you to Todd B, to Cousin Ken Castro. Right while I say Cousin Ken, thank you, World's Worst Gamer. You too, my friend. If you ever want that moderator's wrench back, you can have it. That's up to you, because you didn't want it, and that's cool. I get it. Anyhow, don't forget Cousin Ken Castro's project, guys. It's gonna be amazing. So what's gonna happen, Aaron Reed, is Sunday is gonna be like a crazy, crazy baseball day. Tomorrow I've got to work till 9:30 in the evening, and then Saturday I work from 9:30 in the morning to 5, and I'm going out Saturday night. So there will be no baseball. That's why I did do a doubleheader tonight. It's because there's not going to be any baseball tomorrow or Saturday. Unless something weird happens Saturday and I can't make it out. But all we're just getting is like really cold weather for like 2 days here in PA, and then by the middle of next week we get up into the low to mid 50s again. But we will, Aaron. No, no, no. I'm not locked in. I'm going out Saturday night, pal. I've got to work. Oh, if you mean locked in and what I have to do work-wise, yeah, unfortunately. But I need to pay the bills right now. Robbie says that, Robbie, buddy, you don't have to call it filling in the void. You're not a void filler, buddy. You're a legit channel, pal. Right? Don't think of yourself that way as filling in a void. You're not, man. Do it. You do good stuff there, and you interact with the chat. You're doing a good job, pal. So Robbie Wartburg will be featuring baseball from, I guess, Federal League Robbie, um, on those days. So expect some baseball on the Robbie Wartburg channel. He's been doing more of a, like I was doing, like doing baseball for Windows, but live chatting, which I think is which is a lot of fun. So Robbie says yes, and I guess Robbie's gonna do a game now. So since he's stubborn and won't start while I'm streaming, you're such a good friend, Robbie. Thank you, man. You're a nice guy. You don't have to. Tonight, Federal League 2. All right, guys, go on over. If you're in for some more baseball, Robbie Wartburg continuing his replay of the 1914 Federal League. And hopefully Robbie will keep it going and go into 1915 also. So, oh man, this is crazy. So until Sunday, Sunday, I'm right signing off. This is usually when we're getting started with our chats, but I want to thank all of you. So to Robbie Wartburg, Aaron Reed, World's Worst Gamer, Todd B, Ken Castro. You guys have told you about the project before, and I will tell you about it again and keep telling you. So Cousin Ken Castro. Did I say Todd B? Todd B tonight gets the extra. Thank you. Clinton Parks. Thank you, thank you. Very, very, very much. To Cubs the Bears, Steve Tate. Always thank Midlife Crisis, even when he's not here. So thank you, Midlife Crisis. Christopher Slovic. RJL Network was in here hanging out with us. So good to see him. Big Clue. Legend Sports Universe. Check that channel out. Amazing stuff. Arnold Hunter. We got everybody up there, man. So yeah, thanks to Legend Sports Universe, I'm going to buy a PlayStation 5 just to play MLB The Show when the new thing comes out. All right. Hang out, guys, and have fun. And I appreciate each and every one of you, seriously. And to the guys that I made, sort of managing moderators, kind of extra thank you for just the kind of things you've done, and others will get that too. So it's not like, but thanks to all of you, and see you around the batting cage.